Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Thank you all for being here this evening. How's everybody doing? Go ahead and hit the like button on your way in. We have a great show for tonight. We have guests and we're going to have hot topics. So, best of both worlds. So, we're going to have the ladies from Doctors Wives of Atlanta. We're going to find out what they're about. Where did they come from? They came on the scene like out of nowhere. So I'm so excited to catch up with them and find out what's going on with them. First of all, hello everybody that's in here. Sam, thank you for being here tonight. Sharon, hello Helen, J Meek, Kiara, the Diva, everybody that's in the bushes. Hello, thank y'all for being here tonight. Um, Let me know is there everybody can hear me and everything, and we'll get it together. Hey, Missy Pete. Hey, Andrea, Trinity. I think we're gonna have a really good show tonight, right? Y'all know I like to get started on time and stuff like that, but make sure you have your questions for the ladies. Any hot topics? I have a few hot topics. I don't have a lot, but there's a lot of things we can talk about tonight. Hey, TKO and Kimberly and Hibiscus, Cheryl. Hey, Natasha. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you all to the Doctors' Wives of Atlanta. So I'll bring them up one by one. So the first one that we'll have is Dr. Kayla.
Hi.
Hello, Kayla.
Hello.
Let me fix this. I don't want this to be like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Gabby. Hello, Gabby.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Your girl Millie Chun.
And we have Letitia. Hello, Letitia.
Hey y'all, it's good seeing you again.
Yes. And then we have Jen. Hello, Jen. You look beautiful.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Good. It's good. It's going good. First of all, ladies, thank you for accepting. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for being my live hot topics tonight. I like to do this often for my Millie crew because I just like to bring them just something new. And you all are the newest women on the block.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to get into is how did this come about? Because y'all came out of nowhere. It was like Tuesday. We were scrolling down Instagram, and Wednesday it was all these ladies in pink dancing around, going to brunches, having fun, smiling, and extremely happy. So, Gabby, are you the creator of this?
So I hosted a brunch. I am not the creator. We are all creators, all four of us. But I did host the brunch. I have been friends with T for a while, Miss Letitia, the real sweet T to some people. And yeah, we've had an amazing friendship. And last year I met Kayla when I was with T. So they have a lot in common. I'll let them dive into that. And then Jen and I met in a Facebook group because Jen was relocating to Atlanta and just wanted like a community of doctors' wives. And it was amazing. And so I've been like friends with these ladies, but I was like, I think we should all get together. I think we need some fellowship, some sisterhood, where we're all at in life. I feel like we need support. And I was like, let's do a brunch. And so we did a brunch. We got cute. We went out to eat. We had some drinks. We had a good time. We made some candles. And we were just having a good time minding our business.
Yes.
Posted it on social media. And oh my God, the response that we got was unreal. I was like, oh my God, like, what? Like, we're minding our own business. Like, people were screenshotting our post and putting it in like Married to Medicine fan groups.
I didn't do that. I just put it in my stories.
And like people were like snapping shots of like our pictures and like putting them on like videos on TikTok and YouTube. And we're like, oh my goodness, like we had no idea that us beautiful doctors' wives who are also so educated and accomplished would cause all of this buzz. And so we started like reading the comments, and the comments were like, you guys need a show. This is great. A lot of people love seeing T have the love and support from us. And so Next thing you know, the people told us what they wanted. And I think the light bulb went off for all of us at the same time. We were just like, so we have something.
Yeah.
Okay, DWOA. Yeah. And so we all had our first business meeting. Kayla hosted us. And that was the birthing of the Doctors' Wives of Atlanta. And we all are founders and we are all excited about this. We are just so happy to have each other and have this safe space in this sisterhood.
I love that. So I'm going to start with you, Gabby, and we're going to go from Gabby to Dr. Kayla. Then we're going to go to Jen and Tisha. I just want you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Gabby. I am the owner of G Simone, a luxury loungewear brand catering to women sizes small to 3X. I'm also an HR baddie. Okay, well decorated. I have my SHRM CP and a degree in human resources development, and I work as an HR consultant in the aviation industry. My husband, I'm a doctor's wife, so that's what brought me into this group. And that's what we have in common. My husband is a board certified family medicine physician in the Metro Atlanta area where he's a medical director.
Okay, Kayla.
Awesome. I am Dr. Kayla. I am a licensed psychologist. I am engaged to Dr. Jay Ajayi. He's a board certified psychiatrist. And together we own and operate Connected Minds. So Connected Minds is a mental health practice. We offer mental health services, therapy, medication management. Historically, we've been virtual, but recently we opened our first in-person location in Marietta.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. This past October, we opened it. And so we're getting people in the clinic and we're offering services. We accept most major insurances. So yeah, check us out.
You said Marietta?
Yep, in Marietta,
okay.
Georgia.
Okay. Okay, Miss Jen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jen Ngozi, and I'm a Fortune 500 speaker. I'm also a commercial realtor and the founder of Network. I founded a platform several years ago to help inspire women in the workplace that look like me, because I'm a first gen. I'm originally from Nigeria. My family, when we came into this country, we had absolutely nothing. So I was starting my career from zero. So I knew that there was a lot of women in the workplace who needed that support and that motivation. So that's what made me want to start this platform. I'm also a doctor's wife. So I am married to a family medicine physician, and it's been a beautiful journey coming into this community. And I'm all about inspiring women to be their most confident selves. So that's me.
Okay, Letitia.
Hey y'all remember me. I'm most known for being on Married to Medicine. You guys didn't get to see the real me, but my background is medical. I've worked in a lot of medical industries as far as medical administration, toxicology. I was a pharmacy tech. I'm also a USAF Air Force veteran. I'm also owner of Sweet Tea and Co. Sweet Teas will be coming out soon. I also founded the Sweet and Savory Collective. It's an age gap relationship group that I started on Facebook, and we'll be doing some speed dating around here in Atlanta.
Oh, awesome.
And of course, I support Gregory in his practice, Atlanta Internal Medicine Psychiatric Care, where we provide psychiatric services. And also I work for the government. So I'm a woman of many hats. And also I'm an endometriosis advocate. I started a nonprofit, No Mo, National Outreach for Menstrual Optimism. So I do it all. I'm every woman.
Love it.
Resume.
Yeah, y'all didn't get to see that.
It seems like you're all every woman, and congratulations on all of you all's endeavors. This is amazing. I love the Black girl magic of it all for you all. This is amazing. Y'all are so beautiful, so smart. I love it. Right? So it started with a brunch with Gabby. She met Kayla, knew Letitia, invited Jen from the Facebook community. So after you got all of the fanfare from social media, because when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Because honestly, I talked to Letitia and I couldn't be happier. The last time I talked to her, I was like, What I said, you gotta go.
Yeah, she was not feeling it. She was like, you got to get off this platform. Like, I want you to focus more on having a baby and the family, and that's more important. She saw that, I wasn't being supported in the space that I was in.
I was like, I am not your mother, but you have to go immediately. But then, like, when I saw you all, and I just everything about it was just so positive, right? So I loved it from that aspect because I really I rock with Letitia like that. And then as I saw you all, just everything with Jen, like she's just so beautiful. She's doing these things. Then I saw Kayla, like even it seemed like you were just having so much fun. And Gabby, and I was like, this is perfect, right?
Yes.
This is what life is about.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody.
Yes, that is what it is, Millie John. Because we've talked a lot about it, and so when I say that these group of ladies, they've been nothing but supportive, and that's what I need in a time of my life. And we're all, come from different walks of life, but we're all kind of on similar journeys, just kind of starting off getting married and getting ready to have kids, and some of us have kids, and so we can give each other advice and lean on each other. And so when I say that this is a community of women that really support each other, and this is very refreshing from where I'm coming from. So I mean, I can hold on all day.
It's refreshing for me.
Yeah, and we're not. And I just want to say that I'm not going to say this is a friend group. No, this is real friendship here because who the hell has a real friend group? Like that's not a term that you would really use with your friends. This is real relationships, real friendships.
Right. And honestly,
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jen.
Yeah, the timing couldn't be more perfect because, like Letitia said, we all needed it. Like, we're at a time in our lives, and we're also in a place in society where, like, people are not prioritizing community, and everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's super busy. Everybody has 3 or 4 businesses, but these women couldn't have come in my life at a much better time because we all needed that support. We were going through something, some transition, some moves, something, and the timing was just perfect. It was just magic.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes,
Yeah.
So let me ask, either one of y'all can answer this. So how often, okay, so now you got all the buzz, right? So y'all are sitting down like, okay, we got to have a business meeting because something is happening. Right, it's happening. So what's next? What was that conversation like? Like what did y'all come up with in that first initial business meeting?
Honestly, that is such a great question. We had ideas all over the place because, like Gabby said earlier, literally none of us could have expected this. We were just minding our own business, having brunch, and then boom. So we really had to sit down and come up with a strategy. And also, like, we had to realize that there's so many people that have already reached out to us, like, hey, how can I be a part of this? How can I join? So we had to come up with ways that we can partner and bring people into our community because honestly, we're not the only people that need this community and this support and this cheering on. Like, we all can use some of that love in this time, So a lot of that meeting looked like coming up with plans, thinking about partnership ideas, thinking about how do we want to put ourselves out there more? How do we want to put out more content? How can we make our content helpful to the people? So we came up with like podcast ideas, events ideas, things, philanthropy, ways we can give back and pour into our community. So just so many ideas floating around. It was just really exciting, honestly.
I love
yes,
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah, we all have like different ideas.
Like, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Like, firing off. We're like, we're gonna save the world.
Yeah, seriously.
So a lot of people in the comments were saying, is this going to be on television? Are y'all looking for a network deal? Or is this just going to be like a lifestyle thing and y'all going to have like this LLC and then y'all are going to be like this little, this group that's going to grow and grow and grow? Is it going to be state by state or, whatever? Like, what is the plan?
I would say, like, I really imagine DWA being like worldwide. Really, I do. Like, we have so many ideas. We have so many ideas. We have so many events that we want to do, fun events, leisure events, luxury events. We also want to get back to the community and like be a space of empowerment for women, not just doctors' wives, but women in general. So, I think we have a lot in common. We love getting out there and, if someone wants to follow us around with the camera, they can.
I know. So have you all thought about that? Have you all thought about like, what is it going to look like? What's your next step?
I think that we're all kind of playing it by ear and seeing how things go. Like right now, we have our YouTube channel that we'll be kind of documenting some of the things that we're doing, and then coming up with new initiatives and things that with some of the luxury events that we want to do, fun events, philanthropy. So we're hoping that people tune in and watch us, and then hopefully we get to network and partnership with some people that want to support us in our goals that we want to do.
Yeah, so we definitely have plans to expand and to grow our reach, but a lot of that is going to start with us honestly just continuing to pour out to our community and take things from there, continuing to partner, continuing to do outreach, and continuing to get the word out about what we're doing and why we're doing it.
So like what is one of your upcoming events? Do you have anything coming up?
Not at the moment, but we do have a lot of ideas that we have coming up. We do have an event that T's working on where it's likely going to be speed dating. So that will probably be the first event that we all come together for. But a lot of the ideas right now we have are still floating around in. More to come. More to come. Stay tuned.
More to come.
Yes.
Stay
It's a
tuned.
very exciting moment in the creativity of it all. I'm not saying it's got to be anything but what it is. I enjoy seeing you all on my timeline because regardless of what's going on, y'all are so happy and you make people want to be a part of it. Like I want to have a pink dress and I want to come to brunch.
We save a seat for you at the table.
Okay, that's my plan. So let me see. So you said that you are talking about growing your community. So you would add more doctor wives into this because I'm going to say this. As great as this is right now at this low foundation, as you get bigger, it's going to be a problem because people are going to say, well, why I got to just be doctor wives? Because it is.
Right. We had thought about that already. Yeah. We already kind of brainstorm about that. So we want to open it up for any woman to join because we have a lot of different goals that we want to do and we want to pour into the community and all women out there. With some of the nonprofit stuff that I do with NOMOs, I have some ideas where we want to pour into like homeless women and maybe creating care packages for them. We're all gonna come together with different things, and so it's not. I don't want it to be just doctors wise, but it'll be open to plenty of women. There'll be a lot of opportunities for people to jump in and be a part of a some type of initiative that we have.
Exactly.
Like that title is just something that we all were okay with promoting and just uplifting each other because being doctors' wives, we have a little bit of a unique lifestyle, right? So moving for residency, med school, you have to move a lot of like alone time. So, we are the doctors' wives, but when we have our events, we will open up our events to all women. We want to be able to support women in general.
Right. Right. Because we are doctors' wives, but we're a lot of different things. We're women of color, we're wives, some of us are moms, we're business owners. So there's so many different ways that we can relate to the women in our community besides being doctors' wives. So
okay.
Yes.
I think what I'm speaking of specifically is the Doctors' Wives of Atlanta. Yeah. Like everything else can be a part of it. That's what I'm thinking. But I was just wondering, like, how would you all do that? So somebody asked, do you have a mission statement or anything like that? And this is an organization, right? Just an organization, just you all right now.
We're a group of friends who love and support each other, who just happen to be doctors' wives and have a lot in common, who want to take over the world, save the world, have fun, wear pink, and wear heels while doing it.
And whatever's going to happen will happen as it goes.
And whatever's going to happen is going to happen as it goes. As you know, we were having brunch a month ago, minding our business.
So we are still trying to figure out a lot of things that we're going to do. Right. Mm-hmm. And so,
and here you are on Military TV today.
And this is honestly, and that's what the YouTube is for, to document all the things that we're doing and how we come up with this mission statement, the vision, and all these things. Like, that's the beauty of it. You guys are going to get to tune in and see us really creating this.
Yes, I looked at y'all's. I looked at y'all YouTube today, and it was like the photo shoot and all of that before the brunch. I was like, that is just so much fun. Pretty girls take pictures, so who doesn't want to take pictures? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I love that. So I mean, tens across the boards from me to you all. I think it's fantastic. Kayla, so where are you right now with your wedding?
Ooh, interesting. We have set a date. I won't announce it just yet because I got to make sure I get the venue I want. But we are in the stages of planning it. And we're thinking a destination wedding, which I also won't announce the location yet. But I'm very, very excited. And I can't wait to kind of show you guys a little bit of like my life and how that's going. My fiance, he's Nigerian. So there's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe I've also just given away the location by saying that, but it's going to be great.
It could be any location. There's so many locations. Somebody said, what are the colors? Do you know your colors? Can you tell us that?
Okay, I don't know the colors yet, actually. I'm really indecisive. Like,
did you get engaged yesterday?
No, I've been engaged for a minute. I got engaged during COVID, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I have been engaged. I'm like the 5-year engagement. But it's okay. Better late than never.
It is okay, but since 2020, you should have a color in mind, honey. That's 5 years.
Right. But she's married a Nigerian, so they're, the mothers, the family's very involved.
Yeah. She has a lot of opinions, and she has to make sure she's,
Well, and Nigerian weddings are no joke. You can literally plan a Nigerian wedding for like 4 years.
No, literally.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. Well, I've seen them on the social media. They are absolutely beautiful, but whatever you're going to do, blessings to you and your fiance.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, ladies, what do you see as far as, like, you have your YouTube, and I know, like I told you, I looked at it today, and then like you're posting, it's really lifestyle, correct? That's what I got.
Yeah, okay. Lifestyle.
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
And inspiration.
If you notice in our YouTube that we posted today, one of the clips at the bottom, it said girl talk. And we genuinely were having girl talk about, how we met our husbands and like what that looked like, building up to being boyfriend and girlfriend, getting the ring, getting married, and just sharing our stories with each other. So, yeah.
Well, I don't want y'all to put like a stamp on it. You don't have to do that. Y'all started this out in a brunch. We had no idea. And y'all are doing your thing. So don't get rushed by anything. Just take it as it comes, however it comes. I just love to see formidable Black women, beautiful, having a good time. That is amazing. And I love that for you all.
Well, thank you. We also hope that our platform can inspire other people. Like, friendships are important. Like, we live in a no new friends era, and I really wish people can drop that and be open to inviting new people into your life, because we're not childhood friends. We all met recently. So
But you know what, Jen? You can't do that. It's just, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. We're all doctors' wives. We're all doing this. We have other things going on. We like to do this. There's always something. Yeah. There's always someone. And I think, like I was telling y'all before, y'all don't need nobody else in this group. Because I love this group right here. Because I would hate for someone to come in with, well, let's do this. Well, I don't like, like, it seems like you all can talk about it. Even if you don't agree, it seems like you all can talk it out.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Today is just not like that, and people are so hard to get along.
I agree, but part of that involves healing, and Kayla's the expert on this. Like, when we can heal our past trauma, we're more open to new relationships. And we came together because all of us at some point of our lives had to heal that trauma so that we can welcome newcomers into our lives. So we hope our platform can promote that. Female friendships, women starting all over in different stages of life, and loving on each other, giving each other our flowers while we can still smell them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my kind of group. I have no problem with that. Kayla, you're going to have
Mine
a lot of work, honey. You have a lot of work coming your way.
Yeah, I mean, with this group, Millie Chan, I'm just hoping, with our YouTube channel that people actually get to see real relationships, real friendships. And then, of course, we may disagree and agree. Hopefully we capture some of those things and see how we navigate through that and resolve issues. Because like coming from a platform before, I just kind of feel like it was very unrealistic. And you guys didn't really, like some people felt like they were in the twilight zone, especially looking at my character. Like, well, I mean, ain't no way that you were calling this person a friend and all that. So I really want to capture the true essence of what a friendship is,
Right.
and in realistic situations and how you deal with it and resolving issues. So I mean, I'm hoping that people can relate to us. I mean, that's all what reality TV is about, but also just with us going on our YouTube channel. I mean, that's going to be kind of like a little small bit of reality, and so I just want people to be able to relate to authentic, real relationships and issues.
Right. What is the name of your YouTube channel? Just tell me the name of it.
The Doctor's Wives of Atlanta.
Okay. So I'm going to put it up here so people can go and
follow us.
Yeah, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I'm like, did they follow? I don't be doing a lot about social media. I was like, did they follow on YouTube?
They subscribe. And they
like and subscribe.
Yes.
And hit the notification bell.
Yes.
For more updates of us.
Is it apostrophe DOCTOR, apostrophe S, or just S? Do y'all put that on there? Did y'all put apostrophe S on there?
After the S. But not for the YouTube.
The YouTube is just
but for our formal name. Mm-hmm.
All right. So y'all just go and follow them, because when I say that, it is like we I review a whole lot of stuff. I review fun stuff. I review toxic things. Talk about toxic, and I try to find the best of everybody. It's difficult sometimes, and then sometimes it's like I'm not fooling with it, because I just can't do it, right? But this can be something that it is definitely a palate cleanser. Let me say that. Because
thank you.
I'm speaking for myself. For myself, it is, I can come, like today when I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God, let me just sit back and look at this. And I forgot about all the crazy stuff that I had talked about, all the stuff I had lined up, because it was like, it's happy, and it's, women being positive and in a great light. Nobody's upset. Nobody's backbiting. And it's so good to watch. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we get caught up and we like this person, we like that person. They're being disappointing, but you all just bring such positivity that it's so easy to watch. And you all are very infectious. Somebody said in here that your smiles are infectious, and they are.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
It is. I mean, because even when I made my promo thing, I was like, oh my God, it took me forever. I meant to have that out like by 10, before people go to sleep, when they get up. But I was like, oh my goodness, this video is so amazing. Like, she's dancing in the front. Let me get T over here on the side. It's so far in the back. I can't see her, but I got to put her right here. It was just a lot. There was a lot going on in there, but I am really happy. I mean, happy
Thank
to be.
you.
I am.
We've gotten a lot of that in the comments on TikTok and Instagram, even the YouTube. Everyone's just saying, you guys are a breath of fresh air. Like, we want to keep it that way. We want to show that women, especially women of color, can get along and love on each other and have like a positive, friend group, if you will. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I absolutely love that. And like, we all know where T had come from and how all that went. And so I was just like, oh my gosh. Somebody was like, she found her tribe. I was like, she just got some positive people around her. They're like-minded. And that's what's so important. Like, I knew she's not my child, but I was thinking like, oh my gosh, she has some good friends. Thank God. Really good friends.
You feel safe. You feel safe.
Yes. I was like, I don't have to worry about her so much. I was like, it's Dr. Wise, so they all got some change. It could be on me this night, it could be on me this night. It's just like, it doesn't matter if she hangs out with Jen by herself. It's okay. It was just a lot for Tisha, for me, because I I watch television and I don't want to be negative, but then it's like some stuff I'm like, damn, y'all are really tripping. But
yeah, I mean, a lot of people saw that, Millie Chine, that you weren't the only one that felt that way. And so, you know, of course, I came on to the platform just being my natural self and bringing my authentic self and, you know, was really getting married on this show and all that. And of course, I was placed in these situations that people normally wouldn't be in. But, you know, I thought it was an opportunity. Why not take advantage of the opportunity? And so once I got onto the show, you know, so many things were like thrown at me at one time. Of course, you know, being a newbie to reality show, especially when you're a group of people that's been seasoned, been on there for so long, you know, you're fresh meat to them. And so it's like they, you know, they don't have much of a story to tell. And so of course they grasp onto you and they try to, you know, sabotage your story, basically chew you up and try to spit you out. And so, of course, you know, for me coming on to Married to Medicine, I never was a yes man. I never was the type of person like wrong is wrong, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong. Like I'm always like that, and I ain't never gonna kiss nobody's ass. And so I think that was the issue. That was the issue with me being on Married to Medicine. And so, but you know, I've learned a lot. Of course, you know, I've made great friendships, you know, and, you know, this has been great to be a part of Doctors Wives Atlanta and founded that. And so, you know, I think that God has more in store for me.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. So I can let you go and you can, I don't have to worry about you. I can go on. But
she's in good hands.
She's in good hands. I'm so happy. Thank you all. Thank you, ladies, so much. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any more questions. But does anybody have any questions in the chat? Do you all ladies want to give us some information that we may have not covered?
I think I'm good.
I think we're good.
Yeah, just make sure you guys tune in on Instagram and TikTok. Our @ is the same as our YouTube, The Doctors Wives of Atlanta, spelled all the way out. So yes, make sure you follow us and just tune into our story and everything that we're sharing.
Yeah. And we thank Millie, you know, this is the first interview that we've done all together. So you gave us our first.
Thank you.
Appreciate you letting us use the platform. So thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you all. Like, I'm a happy person. Like, I'm a happy girl. I don't hold grudges. Even like today, I had made a post because there was some stuff going on a long time ago. I did a post and I was talking about Candy Birds, and I was like, oh, I'm over that. Candy is a beautiful hustler, and I just love her after some other things I've been looking at. And I was like, this is just so positive. Like, I literally look for y'all every night before I go to bed. Like, I'm
like, that's sweet.
Really? Yes. I was like, what did they do today? Just bring my mind down. I just love this unit. And I wish you all nothing but the best. And I hope you go far in this and just take it as it comes and just continue to have fun, be beautiful, wear pink, and just stun on all the girls.
Yes. Us happy girls need to stick together.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I love it. I love it. So this has been wonderful. Braylon said, ladies, you are with a legend for sure. And we want Dr. G to be happy too.
Yes, amen.
Yeah.
Let me see. Wait a minute. Hold on. It was something else I saw. Hold on. What is it? I think we're just all excited, honey. Really excited. Okay, can y'all go one more time? Somebody asked, what does your husband do? So Jen, what does your husband do?
My husband is a family medicine physician.
Family medicine. Kayla, your fiance?
Yes, he's a board certified psychiatrist.
Oh, you're a psychiatrist too?
I'm a psychologist and he's a psychiatrist. Yes. So he went to med school. I went and got my PhD.
Okay. All right. And Gabby?
Board certified family medicine physician.
Okay. And Dr. G is a psychiatrist.
Yeah, he's actually a psychiatrist and an internal medicine doctor.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There you go. So I love it. I love when the girls are beautiful, with coins, and just in a happy place. So this is fantastic for me. So you all definitely, for me, you have a big supporter from me. I love what y'all do, and I appreciate it, and I enjoy watching, and I will definitely support. And I'll let y'all know when I'm in Atlanta, because I definitely want to come to a brunch.
Oh yes, we're gonna have to host you, girl.
I'm bringing Pink off the rail. I'm bringing nothing else. Well, ladies, we're gonna let you go because we're gonna get into hot topics. But since you all were the hottest topics for tonight, and I just really appreciate you coming on Millie Chan TV and with the Millie crew and everything, and talking to us and getting to know you, because we've seen you around. So now that we know you, whenever it happens, somebody just shoot me an inbox. Say
got you.
Don't forget about us over here, because I see wonderful things happening for you. Like beautiful Black women doing their thing. I am here for it.
Thank you, Millie. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so
Thank
welcome.
you.
So y'all have a good night, and say hello to your husbands, and I can't wait to see the next brunch.
Yeah.
All righty, love.
Awesome.
I can't wait.
Thank
Bye,
you.
y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Millie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I love it. Look, y'all, this has been so awesome, right?
I don't even know how to leave.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm like, I don't even know how to leave, but okay, I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
I get you. I got you. Gabby, thank you so much for being here. Gabby's my soror, so it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll talk.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, y'all. I know. Jack said, I want more. Exactly. You want more of that, right? I love that. I loved it. I'm so excited about it. When I first saw them, I was like, I don't know if everybody has seen this, but I need everybody to see this. I'm not saying that everybody is over here, but y'all go like, share, comment, and subscribe for this live, and share this live, because everybody needs to see it. I'm telling you, it is like a palate cleanser listening to these women. Thank you. I'm so happy for Sweet Tea too. I could not make it all about her, but I am so happy for her. And yes, she is not coming back to Married to Medicine. So she and I had talked about that last time we was on the phone, and I wasn't going to say anything because I was, it was her announcement. But Funky Dineva said it today, and I was like, well, the cat's out of the bag. And I didn't want to bring that up because there was no need to bring it up. She's in a very happy place. You know what I'm saying? So there's no need to talk about that. That was fantastic. So here are the ladies of the Doctors' Wives of Atlanta. So up top, you have Gabby. Over to the left, you have Dr. Kayla. Jen is in the middle, and you have Letitia on the side. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. So we're going to move on into hot topics. Let me see. I guess we just going to stay in Atlanta. So let's just stay right on in Atlanta for right now, because that's what we're going to do. Child, Shamia was on Ricky Smiley talking to the Brad and Gary with the T, right? And so it came up that, like, this situation with her and Portia. Like, she and Portia just, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I might have something else to talk about. Side note, Tasha K just made a post. It said, now why on God's green earth is Bishop T.D. Jakes on Diddy's witness list? What? Y'all, wait a minute. Let's go down the witness list. So much less stress. Okay, we're gonna get to Shamia, but we got to go down this witness list right now, because everything is happening. The jury is getting set up, so we're working. So Tasha has just posted Diddy's case is getting even messier. Court docs reveal a full list of 20 public figures tied to the federal investigation, some as potential witnesses, others to screen for jury bias. Let's go. Cassie Ventura, she said she's gonna be herself. Kanye West, that's gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be a mess. Kid Cudi, Prince Harry, Mike Myers, Michael B. Jordan, Young Miami, Cuba Gooding Jr., Bishop T.D. Jakes, Daphne Joy. Who is Daphne Joy? She's one of his girlfriends, right? Justin Bieber, Chris Brown. Chris doesn't have time for this. He's on tour. 50 Cent, Travis Scott, Ty Dolla Signs, Future, Tory Lanez. He's in prison. French Montana, Lil Baby, and Meek Mill. Now this is just the 20. Yeah, look what Shay said. Wait a minute. Shay said they gonna lock Kanye up. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Some of these names have been linked to past claims like Cudi and Cassie, while others are included to avoid juror bias. Either way, the case is shaking up Hollywood. Oof. Okay. This is going to be a hot mess. This is going to be a mess. And this is not going to be a mess that we really want to see, but it's going to be a sad mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be sad. The fact that T.D. Jake's name is on here is wild behavior. It's good he stepped down from the pulpit. It is good he stepped down. Because, honey, I don't think he can take it. Hold on, let me go to... Where's... I found it. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. So we back on Shamia. So Shamia was talking to the Brad and Gary with the T. This right here says she's talking about challenges with IVF, while Gary questions her surrogate choices. But I want to talk about the Portia situation.
Housewives of Atlanta, there were a lot of changes this season. If you could undo one change, what would it be?
Hey, Pepper. Hey, Sherry.
I mean, it would be just the awkward space that my friendship is in with Portia.
Yeah.
I would undo that. That would that's my real friend. You know what I mean? And reality is real, right? Reality, you can't spell reality without spelling real. Mm-hmm. So the place that we're in right now it's hurtful. You know what I mean? It would be bad to say.
Why did y'all let it get to this point though? How did you let it get to this point when you're such good friends?
You know, in relationships, there's you and then there's them, right? And then there's like your perspective and mine. Right. I haven't been able to even have a conversation to understand how it got to this point. Everything that I've done has been centered in love and has led with love. And I've never been one to allow anybody to talk down on my friendship or like my people. And that's just my thing. Now, what's happening on the other side, I have no idea. But there's no way that you, Brett, could come to me and say, Portia said this or Portia did this. I'm going to look at you like, girl, please stop.
So did the producers tell you to not talk to her a lot? Or did
No, I've reached out. I've done my part, I feel. Okay. And, you know, the fact that she's allowing and listening to other people is ludicrous to me. People that she just met, people that she does not know. Well, they're in her ear or have said some things, I guess, about our friendship. First of all, our friendship should never have been up for discussion to me. Yeah. And if it was something that was that bad, it should have been addressed to me.
Did y'all talk before the show and say, look, did she say, well, you've been on the show before, so you know how sometimes how setups can be and how trifling the plot can get. So did y'all have conversations before, like, look, no matter what they try to do, this ain't going to be a problem?
Yeah, and my thing is, what's understood shouldn't be, you don't have to explain. Like, I'm riding for you. I think history has proven I ride for you over and over again, almost to the point where people are like, what's wrong with you? What she got on you? Were you still riding some boy? What's happening with you? So at this point, I'm stepping back and I'm going to need you to show me some of that. The reciprocity. I need you to ride for me like I've been riding for you. And as all things on reality TV, it'll all play out and we will all see and we can either be accountable for it or we can keep it moving.
Okay. Um, Portia is, and I think everybody has said that people who like Portia, let me put this up here like this. People who like Portia in the past, including myself, have said that Portia has been very disappointing this season. She has really shown, like, I was excited Portia was coming back because of the fun of it all. And I will say this, when the former housewife was on there and they had that lunch together that day, I was like, this is exactly what we want. And then I noticed that I had gone back. Y'all know I've been watching the other seasons. Like every time she and her would have a lunch, they sat in the same spot. Like Portia sat on this side, she sat on that side. And I was like, this is going to be so good. But then when she left, and then Portia just, I mean, why are you holding on to the fact that Drew is filming with Dennis? Like, if you say you just don't care about what Dennis is doing, why do you care about him eventually making some change? Like, what if Drew's album, well, she ain't going to make too much change because him downstairs going to get half of that. But her half that she would have to pay him out of her half, that would be great. You know, that'd be a plus for him. It'd be a plus for PJ. It'd be a plus for Portia. But then this is your best friend. Like, this is your... Shamia is on so many seasons of the Housewives of Atlanta. It is crazy. Shamia should have had a peach at least 2 or 3 seasons ago. But now she's on here. Now you're going through a divorce. She's got everything that you think that you would want, and you act crazy. Because I feel, Shamia, how you gonna listen to new people and I'm your girl this whole time? That's crazy. Girl, I've been already on season 9. I'm down. I'm going backwards. I'm on season 7 now. But I was like, that is insane how she is. But I hate it for Shamia, but I also am side on Shamia a little bit too, because that whole situation with Ralph is kind of crazy. But we'll see how it goes next week. And I'm sure they're going to put another like little trailer out before we get the show on Sunday. Okay. Next up, hey Erica. Oh, I don't have this up, but the guys in the men in Memphis, you know, the 5 people who unalived Tyree Nichols, there were 2 of the officers who took a plea deal. Now, they are definitely going to jail. But the other 3 officers who did not take the plea deal today, they were found not guilty on all counts by all white jury. And everybody is in disbelief. They've had activists come to speak out. There's been so much on social media about it. But I did hear the lady say that even though this is done, there's something else that could be going on, and they could be found guilty for that. So I don't know how that's going to fare out. It's wild because but I think one of the guys that said he took the plea deal, he was the one that had said that he used his baton on Tyree. And when his mother said that his neck was the size of a watermelon, his neck was burst open. My bad. He admitted to the fact how he had batoned him. So now he took a plea deal, so he definitely going on the inside. But the other 3 who didn't, they were found not guilty today. And that's wild. Patricia said she heard the feds are going to get those officers. Now, this is what I know for sure. Whatever happens, at some point, they're going to get got. Because you can't do something like that. And we saw it. It'll be different if we heard about it, if we heard about it on court TV, if, I don't know, we're making speculations, but there was an actual camera. There's actual body cam footage, how they ran him down. So some will happen. We don't know when, what day, but it will happen. Let's go to y'all. I know Tiffany said that she's from Memphis and we're all disappointed and disgusted. The entire city of Memphis. I believe it. My heart goes out to his mother. I heard her on. It was on. I don't know whose page I was on, but I heard her testimony as she was being like when the police came to her house and they were saying that he had been tased and all that kind of stuff, and he had all this energy and he's in the hospital. She doesn't have to come to the hospital, but of course they went to the hospital, right? She said, let's go find Tyree. And they ended up going to the hospital and she saw police and he was walking in that direction. And she saw her baby and she was like, there's a little bit more than tasing that had gone on here, and her whole thing was just traumatizing. It's horrible. So my heart goes out to her and her family tonight because I know she is hella hurt. Not one black, Angela. It was an all-white jury, all 12. No blacks on the jury. Not one. That was wild. Let's go on. Let's go to this right here because I really want to know what y'all think about this. I talked about this. I did a post side by side with Byron Scott today, but we're gonna talk about Smokey. Smokey Robinson is 85 years old. 85, right? These women have come back. These 4 Hispanic women who were housekeepers saying that they made below minimum wage. And they have put him and his wife in this lawsuit because they feel like she did not stop him for being inappropriate. And he was inappropriate the same with all 4. But the fourth Jane Doe, she accompanied him to Las Vegas. Now, why would you go to Vegas with him when you saying he already, harming you? And Smokey Robinson at 85. But they said the reason they didn't say it before now is because they was worried about their livelihood and then the embarrassment and humiliation. So you're not worried about it today? I know. Oh my God. Shay, not all blue eyes. Why they wait till all the legends halfway in the ground trying to sue? I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I don't know. And then you got Byron Scott, who Cece, I know Cece is. You talking about women? Shay, stop. Shay talking about doesn't still work. Girl, have you not seen Smokey on that stage? Winding and grinding. Have you not seen him? Yeah, Kimmy, I'm with you on that. I just think this is horrible. Yes, and here's the thing. Like I said in my post, if he's paying you below minimum wage, why not go to a hospital, a senior citizens living place? Why not go to a hotel? Why not go to a school and get a job? If you go to a school, that'll be better because you have like the weekends off, the holidays off, you got health insurance. That makes more sense. What, Tammy? His album is called Gasms. Talking about Smokey Robinson? You talking about Smokey Robinson? Smokey Robinson has an album called Gasms. Exactly, Shay. Shay said you're not gonna tell me they couldn't fight him. Girl. I cannot with Smokey. They were here illegally, so they couldn't have threatened him for Now I'm gonna tell you, DG, you right about this. I didn't think, oh wait a minute. I didn't think about this. DG said, in my opinion, they were here illegally, so they could have been threatened with deportation. They probably didn't know about a U visa. All right, I'm gonna go with it. You're right. So now they sitting around somewhere working in a hospital, or they getting ready to go back to Mexico. I don't know. And they want some money. Yeah, Erica said the first time could be believable, but 20 times, that was wild. I don't know. It's insane. Like, it's so insane. And poor Byron, like, he has the brunt of it. And I know CC is over there worrying him to death. I know his wife is worrying the mess out of him. Okay, y'all, we have this on June 14th. This is the new administrator's birthday. And they want us to post photos of Obama on all social media platforms all day. I don't have a problem with that. I can do that. So Obama on June 14th. Hey, RSVP. You did. You missed the doctors. You did. Yes, ma'am. They were at the top of the show. And it is worth it if you go back and replay it. Like, it's really, like, if you stay right here right now and just go back and replay it. I think we were talking for like 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. It is worth it. Child, he is still putting out music. They said Smokey album came out last year. His new album came out last week called World Needs Love. That is amazing. I can do that too, Shay. I can do it too. Absolutely. Oh gosh. I don't know why didn't they go to the labor board, Tyrone? Because like DG said, they probably was not documented and they probably didn't want to get deported. She said not smoking. Y'all, let's go over. Let me see. There's something else. I am so tired. We're not going to be here that long tonight. Y'all, I'm so tired. But there is something I want to talk about. Hold on. I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. First of all, we all saw, well, I don't know if we all saw it, but the Met Gala for me was the best it has ever been. Ever. Yeah, you got to do the E-Verify. Yeah, private hire, there isn't much regulation. And you don't have no social security number and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to no E-Verify. You're not about to do that. Okay. So it was the best. The Met Gala was the best thing I have seen. It was the best Met Gala ever. That was a great theme. And honey, Megan Thee Stallion is coming under fire for what she did at the gala, and they want to know if she's gotten herself banned. Wait a minute, I can't see for this right here. Let me see what it says. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what it says. I can't even see this. Now I'm gonna put it up here. I can't see it. Okay, the stallion may face serious consequences after breaking Met Gala rules and bragging. Now, what they're talking about is her having her phone in there. That's not a big rule that is broken. It's broken. I know it's been broken for the last 2 or 3 years because everyone does that bathroom photo. So clearly somebody has their phones in there. And we have seen people in the Met Gala. Usher performed this year. We've seen other people in the Met Gala last year. People have their phones. But Megan was doing some stuff that was so crazy. She was like, hey, y'all, I'm on my phone. The Met Gala, I'm not supposed to be on my phone, but we're going to check this food out. Hey, y'all, we're going to do this. I'm not supposed to be on my phone. Hey, y'all, come and take this picture with me. Like, why you keep saying that? Yes, Tracy was like, girl, you better put that phone down. She's like, girl, take this picture with me. And here's the thing. Take your photos because she was live. Or, just making videos or whatever. But I feel like, I was like, why does she keep saying I'm not supposed to be on my phone? I'm at the Met Gala, not supposed to be on my phone. And Anna Wintour will blacklist you. She don't have no problem with that. You see how crazy Kanye is over because he can't be there. Absolutely, you can't come back. It was amazing healthcare workers. Oh my God. Janelle Monáe, Diana Ross, Andre 3000. And I was talking to the Estate Noir today, and we were talking about Andre 3000, and she explained to me about the garbage bag. So, like back in the day, you know, people that had instruments, they took everything with them wherever they went. So he was like a vagabond. I think I said that right. So he had his music on his back and his clothes and everything in his sack. And I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I know. Ooh, child. I don't know what was going on with Megan. I was like, why do you keep doing that? But the Met Gala was fantastic. Okay, let me see. I have a serious thing to talk about. This is a very serious topic. And I want to know what y'all think about it. Well, first of all, Shay, you have to get on Anna's invited list, right? And then you buy the plate. I think the plate is like $25,000. It's something like that. And they said that this year for the Met, they made the most. They made what, $31 million? That was the most that they've ever raised because it was the best thing ever. It was the best thing ever. But you had to be on her list, honey. Hey, Dion. So let me put this up here. I don't like to get too serious, but I saw this and I was like, oh, this would be something good to talk about. Shout out to the on site. It's on site. It says 1 in every 4 adults will be single for the remainder of their life, according to new data. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree? Do you think about that? Do you feel like that's you? Do you feel like, oh no? Girl, Shay talking about what if they take Afterpay or Affirm. Now, girl, you know if they take Affirm, I would try to get me a ticket, but I'll be paying for that. Like it's Social Security. So, absolutely, but I don't think the administrator's ever been to the Met Gala. I don't remember seeing him. Hey, Quinesta. What do y'all think about this? 1 in every 4 adults will be single for the remainder of their life, according to new data. And how do you think it's $75 a ticket? I thought it was more than that. I could have. Oh, $75K. My bad. I didn't see the K. My bad. You're right. $75K a ticket. So there's that. But what do y'all think about that? Like, I can kind of see it. But is it meant to be like, do you want to be married? Or do you just want to have somebody? What is it? It says, research says 1 in 4 adults might be single forever. New data says a whole quarter of us are going to ride this life solo. No spouse, no long-term partner, just vibes. Whether it's by choice, bad timing, or the streets just being trashed, the numbers don't lie. And before y'all start crying in the comments, being single doesn't mean being lonely. Some folks out here are thriving with peace, pets, and passports. I think that's awesome. Keep it real. Do you think you'll be part of that 1 in 4, or are you still holding out for your person? According to a report by Pew Research Center, nearly 25% of today's young adults in the U.S. are projected to never marry by age 50. A stat based on trends around declining marriage rates and shifting views on relationships. Because a lot of people just, don't get me wrong, there are happy marriages. There are people who are happily married. Happily married. In situations where all marriages aren't perfect. People have up and downs, right? You have that. But for the people who are not married. Like, some people make a choice not to marry again. It's a choice. Who RSVP said none of her cousins have ever been married and they're like 45 plus. And I feel like Patricia. Yes. And it's not that I don't have someone in my life, right? It's not that. I have someone who will tear this earth to the core for me. I know that for sure. But I just don't. I don't want to change my name. I don't want to. I think for me, it was just like my last marriage. It was just a lot. And I'm just scared. And I just don't want to. I don't even want to try it. I've done it. You know, I just can't do it. Men aren't the same anymore. They're not. They're jealous. They're bitchy. You know, and it's they're untrusting, and some of them feel like, you know, they want to, especially if you get older, they want to see if they still got it. Like, it's a lot, and women put up with way too much. I feel like we put up with way too much. Wait a minute. Insecure, yes. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't want to do that, Shay. My mama has someone in her life forever, right? Forever. But I agree with Jam. Too much alternative relationships. And when you talk about that, you're talking about the polyamory and polygamy and all of that kind of stuff. And then, for the most part, it's men who just want an excuse to be in another relationship with permission. And I just don't. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you know, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy, I think you need to do that. But at the end of the day, that's what that is. Because like Neo is out here so disrespectful. He'll make somebody not ever want to ever be with someone else. Ooh. And can't set. Let's talk about it again. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Why so big? Why so many? What's wrong? People need to make sure they know what they want, don't want, set boundaries, don't go into relationships with what is. Yeah, I think people are just not. I'm with you on Ari. I'm with you, Lauren. They want to be with all the women, can't satisfy all the women. I don't know if I think here it is. I think sometimes if you can find somebody that you can be your full out self with, and they accept it, and you can accept them, that is a relationship made in heaven. Like, if they already know that you're an outgoing person, that you're going to be on the scene for a little bit, but you coming back home, no stress, you ain't got nothing to worry about. They're like, okay, they may not be that person to do that, but that, because it's like if you get married to some guy and he likes to hang out with his friends, and then, or you like to hang out with your friends, but then you get married, it's a little different. You got to cut some stuff off because you're married, but you can't take that whole thing away. I can't just be out here kicking it at brunch every Sunday, and then I get married and I can't go to brunch no more with my friends. That is not going to work, because that is a part of who I am. I'm not saying I'm doing it all the time, because now I'm married, so I know I have to prioritize things like that. But I'm definitely going to brunch once a month with my friends. It's definitely going to happen. And if there's a problem, that's a problem. Keep Shannon said, how you get them is how they are. Yep. But I mean, I think a lot of people want to do that. I think a lot of men want a lot of control sometimes. Not every man. I'm not talking about every man. I just feel like some men like to have a lot of control over what the woman does and things like that. And then so if you can't voice that, like, this is not what I'm doing, And if you internalize, like, I don't want to do this, I want to go out with my friends, I don't want to do this, and you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. Oh, I think I'm going to ride with Sherry. I follow this couple, Auntie Gail and Uncle Rich. I love their relationship, but they get separation anxiety when they're not together, and I don't want that. Shay. I stopped babysitting when I went to college because, of course, I kept my sister and my brother when I was at home, when they was younger and stuff. But I can't babysit anybody. I am a social butterfly. When I get into a room, if I know you or if I don't, I'm walking and talking and smiling and all of that. That's me. That's me all day, every day is who I am. Do I get tired? Sometimes I get on my own nerves, but this is who I am, right? So if you got somebody that you need to be like, well, where you going? Okay, you can't come back nowhere else for me because I ain't got time to even answer that question. If you can't work a room and you don't know how to just sit here and make a friend till I get back, that's a problem. Patricia said, I'm getting to the bag and I'm not sharing with no man. A ninja won't take my money. Taking care of another woman, I'm good. See? And that's where a lot of people are with it. Hey, Movado. It is their experience. It's what they've been through, what they have seen. Maybe not their experience, but what they've seen from their friend or their parents or their family member. They're like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm not about to do that. Yes. Cheryl says she's been a witness. Hold on. See, even this conversation is about, I can't. Jim said this conversation is exhausting. I can't be bothered. What? So Cheryl said that I've been a witness to successful marriages. In these marriages, the man let his woman be in every aspect, and that's it. And then I feel like the tighter you try to hold them, the easier they go, the quicker they go. But yeah, 1 in 4 adults will be single for the remainder of their life. So do you just prepare for that? Like if you have children or if you don't have children, like as you get older, do you prepare for, am I going to be able to go upstairs every day? What if I get ill? I don't know. Not to sign her divorce papers. Oh my God. Not Jim says she over this conversation. Over this conversation already. Well, I don't know. This is a lot. But I'm not trying to bring us down. I'm not trying to do that. The attorney Simone got the Unsealed court docs of Ralph and Drew. It's a must see. Oh, what? Girl, hold on. Are you kidding me? Simone got that's why Simone red wine. Hold on, child. I know you lying. Okay, this is Anthony Edwards trials, child support. Where? I don't know why I just can't find what I need to find when I go to pages. It's insane. Whew. Did he trial update? Okay, here we go. Oh no, that's not it. What's the name of it? Lawyer Full of Love, Twitch's Wife, Young Dolph. No, this is 4 days ago. When did she do that? Because I want to see that. Not all women are bad. Focus on the good. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. 100%. I said that. They're not all bad. Girl, look what girl was T said. This is why Drew didn't want it to be shown. Drew, now let me take this down because this is okay. We're moving on. We got each other. So if we get to the point, and then we just get each other's phone numbers, and we just call, and we make sure our medicine is filled, and we just check on each other all day. Okay. So girl, was the T said Drew committed fraud. She dissolved the LLC and took all of the money. Hold on, y'all gotta find it. Why can't I find it? Was it 4 days ago? Hold on. Here we go. I got it.
Not too late. How to start law school as a grown, busy adult.
Wait a minute. We're going to get to it.
We're all up.
Oh, she on here with my girl.
Yeah. His lawyer withdrew from the case.
And I was saying 1,500 kids.
Reality Cap. Shout out to Reality Cap and Slow
And
Rewind.
Louis, I saw that if there was anything, remember last.
I'm trying to find this by Drew. Hold on.
On the show, it seemed last minute he changed this lawyer, but she came in and we saw her talk to him, and she said, "What this is a money grab," and he made that very clear. And he came out seemingly on top, like he got to stay in the basement. He awarded for the court documents to be unsealed. Drew was very upset about that. But my question,
I can't believe they were sealed in the first place. And in fact, there's some stuff that if I have the free time,
Q27N, he said it on his last night live. No, or either it was on this morning live. He said it on this morning live. It was this morning.
I'm going to petition the court to look at some of these documents because I know Tiana Taylor's divorce was in the same county. Mm-hmm. I know that Tiana Taylor makes $110,000 a month and that Iman Schubert makes $35,000. I know that Tyrese makes $275,000 a month and that his ex-wife Samantha makes $7,000 because all of their documents were open. They were never sealed. So no, those documents should have never been sealed in the first place. What it is she didn't want people to know how much money she made and things like that. I was actually disappointed that the documents that we do have, they redacted the salary information. They didn't need to do that. That is not a requirement. That is not a requirement. But
I know that I had one of my boots on the ground. She was trying to get the document.
Drew is so sneaky. Do you understand what I'm saying? Drew, let me see what everybody's saying before we continue. Drew is so sneaky. We're going to... Kudos to Drew. It's a kudos to Drew. Yeah, Drew need to go and get her divorce because she's going to be in a mess.
And she did some requests for it. I'm not sure what it's called, but she reached out to me yesterday and she said the court clerk had called her back and said if she wanted the whole file, that it would cost $800. And I know it was $80 just to get what we looked at. It was $800. And it says she had the docs requested specifically. It says she had to like specify what dates. And then she said she went ahead and told them she wanted like the amended complaint, protective order, and temporary support hearing motion in order. And I was like, you go ahead, girl.
Who is this?
I'll share with you, but one of my boots on the ground.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, but she low key, she's the one that helped me when it came to, she was the one that dropped in my inbox about Christian and him.
Perfect. Net County and Fulton County, the county surrounding Atlanta, where they live. So yeah.
She said on the show too, like there's things about Ralph she doesn't want the kids to know. Like she's saying, like she's hinting at him being a cheater and doing all these things. But Ralph is saying there's things she's done as well that's in the paperwork. But so is everything going to be unsealed? It seems like from what we were able to get, only recent documents were unsealed, but everything prior was still sealed. So is that
one thing about it? Drew is going to tell us a fib. Okay, she is going to fib and she is going to fix it for herself to be in the right way. Point blank in the period. Right. Now, if she around here the committed fraud and all this kind of stuff, then we know why she wants it sealed. She wants it sealed because she does not want us to know what she's done. Drew, I don't trust Drew so much all the time. I just don't. Yeah, Victoria, like Victoria popped up with like she always lying. Just even like when the prophet was over to Cynthia's, right? Now everybody's sitting around for the prophet's conversation, and then she gets to Drew and she says, "Oh no, we're gonna talk later in the back." She was like, "Great value, absolutely. We're gonna talk in the back because I don't think what I need to say needs to be shared around everybody." Drew, shut your mouth. That's why he's still downstairs. Mm, mm, mm. Drew should have been divorced the moment he up and left. I'm with you on this, Jam. The moment they finished arguing in the dining room that we saw on television, that conversation. Girl, wait a minute, hold on. She said, hold on, wait a minute.
What it means when he
That's usually what happens. Usually when something is sealed on a docket, then you're required to file an unredacted version later.
Hold on. Let me say this first. When Drew and Ralph had that argument, and then he got up and she got up and went on upstairs, and we didn't see him no more, and he went on to the airport and flew. Yeah. When I woke up the next day, he wasn't there. After I filed a police report and I found out that he's in Tampa, you would have got on an airplane. It's a wrap. I'm with you, Jam. I am with you 100%. Let's go. Child, girl, what's the tea said? Drew filed for unemployment. Wait, girl, do we have a timestamp
going on? Unless the judge forces you to do it, it just goes by the wayside. So it's more likely that we'll see going forward things be unsealed, and then you can often pull a docket. Now, the media might, yes, that's true, and then we can just talk about all of the things, girl, as we go.
I might listen to this.
So, you want me to set it up, or you want to set it up, Vanessa?
Yeah, you can set it up. I think, my one question was, who has the higher percentage of Drew Sidora LLC?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let the lawyer set this one up.
Yeah.
So one of the first unsealed major documents, this is a motion that was filed by Ralph. He calls it an expedited motion for contempt and sanctions against Drew and Drew's lawyer, Tanya Mitchell Graham. He is seeking an evidentiary hearing because under Georgia law, and honestly the law of every state, when you file for divorce, there is a standing order. That standing order says now that a divorce has been filed, nobody can destroy community assets, meaning no one can take the money from the bank account and just spend it all. No one can sell the house without the other person's permission. Because sometimes, the house will have only one person's name on it. Basically, no one can destroy any assets of the community or spend or squander, or even you can't go and get a loan. So, for example, you couldn't get a second mortgage on your house in the middle of a divorce without the court's approval.
Right.
It's to maintain the status quo.
Right.
Because if you're allowed to go out and do those things, it only makes a divorce more complicated. Well, honey, Ralph was livid because the way that Ralph makes money and the way that Drew makes money is through the Drew Sidora LLC. So that is one LLC where all the payments come to it for all her endeavors. Her singing, her acting, Real Housewives and everything. Well, honey, after she filed for divorce in February, her lawyer behind Ralph's back went and terminated the whole damn LLC.
Oh!
Now, that LLC was how Ralph made his income. Ralph.
OMG. OMG. Wait a minute. Exactly, Quenisha, to my Quenisha unemployment. You mean, okay. Drew, you don't have to really have a divorce to know that there are things that you shouldn't do. And one of the things that you shouldn't do is definitely do something behind their back. As a lawyer, somebody said Drew needs to take her money to get her a new lawyer. She needs a new lawyer ASAP. Because that is crazy work. Now, first of all, it's crazy all the money going into the LLC. That's the craziest thing on the planet. That's number one. Number two, Drew took all the money out the account and then closed it. I told you, Victoria. I told y'all. Drew went over here and took all the money out of the account. Oh, let's keep going.
Got 40% of the money that came to the LLC, and she got 60%. I'm talking everything. All of it.
Let me back it up.
His income. Ralph got 40% of the money that came to the LLC, and she got 60%. I'm talking everything. All of it was there. And when you listed it, say that again.
And he listed most, like he was listing every movie she was in, every appearance, all of that. Like he listed, and I said, this lawyer, damn.
Let me tell you something. Look, they got a picture up of the file of the paperwork, and it's highlighted. Everything, just like when I was doing the review of the first clip that posted, one of the clips that posted from this Sunday's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Portia meets with Shamia with Ralph. And I said, the questions he's asking, does she still work for Go Naked Hair? Shamia couldn't answer that question, but Portia answered it when she got there. She was like, no, she no longer does that. Right? And then when Portia sat there crazily and read that text message talking about sleeping with Dennis, I was like, Portia, I know you may not like her, but you got to be smart enough to, you don't get me wrong. It'll be a lot of people I don't like, but I'm a girl's girl. I may not like you, but if you going up and it's a possibility something could happen, you could be taken away from your kids, or you don't have it, or somebody's trying to take something for you, I'm going to be on your side. And I was so upset with Portia for sitting here reading this text message to Ralph. And he's like, wait a minute, what did that text message say? Girl, this is more ammunition for him in court. So now you reading a text message, Portia, saying that Drew and Dennis are messing around. He gonna just ask you to send it to him. Now he gonna send it to his lawyer. Y'all, this lawyer got stuff so itemized. It's scary to me, and I ain't even going through the divorce trial. It's flashbacks for me, honey.
Yep, all of it. So it was Drew Sidora LLC, and what he is accusing her and her attorney of is colluding together to violate the court's rule that you can't destroy any community property. You cannot loan out any community property. You can't get a loan against any of it. You can't waste it, and you certainly can't terminate it or use it without the court's permission or the consent of the other person. And so what he's saying is that without permission, the lawyer falsely represented to the state of Georgia that the Drew Sidora LLC was no longer in business, affirmatively submitted paperwork to dissolve the entire LLC, and Ralph didn't know nothing about it for like a whole year. So Ralph is operating as though, yes, it still exists. That means they weren't properly paying taxes to it because it didn't exist. And then she went and opened a different LLC in a whole nother state.
Two, right?
Two of them. Two different ones in other states without Ralph on them. And then funneled the money that used to go to the Sidora LLC. She started getting them checks going to her new ones. So her housewife check used to go to Sidora LLC, not no more. All them 6 figures.
What were the new LLCs? Because I think she changed one to the one in Cali, because it was California, and I forget the
one is with Drew, and one is Drew Sidora Global LLC. Yep.
Oh, Drew.
Yep, and Ralph argues that by doing this, it denied Ralph access to the Sidora LLC, and Drew directed third parties who previously dealt with Ralph to not communicate or involve Ralph in company business to which he handled or was previously involved in, and retained all revenue that was previously assigned to the LLC. And
yeah, who said Drew gonna be like Mary J. Blige? Because that's exactly what she gonna have to do. Drew is about to. I said, this is what I said. Move out, Drew. Move out. If he's paying for the house, your lawyer said that he told the judge that he couldn't pay for 2 residencies. You move out. Right? Because there's no way Drew sat there. She was like, oh, what does it mean to have the files open? It means to have the files open, and now we see you are a fraud in real life, like on TV life in real life. That's just common sense. Why would you do that? Hey, Tennessee, why would you do something like that? You don't have to hear this. You don't have to have a lawyer tell you this. It should just be sensible. Okay, I'm married to this man. We got this money in this situation. We about to get a divorce. Let me not touch this right now. Let's let the courts handle it. Now you done went and got all the money, then took and opened another one in California and somewhere else, funneling all of your checks in here, not paying the proper taxes on it, might I add. Good Lord. Hold on, let's keep going. True Lord.
A lawyer can't do that. Because also, when you're a lawyer, if there's a conflict of interest, you have to get permission from both parties to represent both sides. So by her lawyer disbanding the LLC, that's half hers, half Ralph's, that lawyer would have needed to get Ralph's permission to do it. Mm-hmm. Because she's already Drew's lawyer, which means her loyalty is mainly to Drew. Mm-hmm. You can't just, it's no different than Drew herself couldn't go and disband it. See, I think Drew is going to run behind a lawyer and be like, well, Your Honor, I didn't know I couldn't do it. My lawyer did it for me.
That's exactly what she's going to do.
And then as a lawyer, I could see her lawyer thinking, well, Drew owns 60%. Ralph only owns 40%. Therefore, if they were to vote or, have a vote, she would outvote him and could do what she wanted.
Let me tell y'all something. Somebody said, Myra said, how much money did Ralph contribute to the LLC? I would do the same thing. No man is getting my hard-earned money. Yeah, but see, the thing is about the heart, when you're going through a divorce, honey, is different. Like if you had got it out of there before you filed for divorce, that might have been a little different. But once you file for divorce, everything kind of stops and the courts kind of go through it like that, right? So now with her doing it, now she looks crazy. The lawyer looks crazy. The lawyer actually looks incompetent. That's really what Drew has done, because this should be agreed on both sides. Drew knew that if she had asked Ralph, his answer was going to be no. So she just took the money anyway. Now what's going to happen is Drew going to end up paying this man spousal support. Yeah. Neither can move anything, no money, no nothing. That's why he is downstairs, because he has said that he cannot pay for another residence. And not only he can't pay for another residence, but he wants to be with his kids. So this is the thing. So we're going to put y'all on this app. And he over there acting a fool on the app. Honey, I'm going to tell you something. If you're married, better work it out, right? Go to counseling if you need to go every day for the first month. Do what you need to do. Work it out. Because, baby, when you get ready to divorce, these men change into something else. For the most part, women just want it to be fair and over with. It could be done in a week. But these bitter Betty brothers, You got some on your hands, child. She got some. I wouldn't want a man like Ralph for nothing in the world. Nothing in the world. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He would be. Shay said she could have been her lawyer because she would have told her to put everything in your name. Some of y'all be so money hungry that you'll stay for it. Like, Drew should have just left. Thank you. Drew should have just left. I don't think it can be disbarred. I don't think she can be disbarred. But you know, they will tell her to circle back and make sure she could be reprimanded. I don't think that's enough for disbarment. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Ralph finna get what she took in the end some. Yes. So Drew better get back on Instagram and start promoting this album.
So it's not that big of a deal. But here's the thing. That might be true with the traditional business. The problem is you have a divorce proceeding that specifically said you cannot dissolve assets of the marriage. And this LLC, without question, was an asset of the marriage. It was created specifically for this. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see. Yeah.
What she tried to keep from Ralph,
and the states of the
she
other
did it
LLC.
herself.
One was California. I was trying to go back and see. Illinois. Okay, so she did one in like Chicago, her hometown. I was wondering where California came into play or why California, but okay.
Yeah. And y'all, and then it gets worse. Not only did she do that, then she reallocated all her 1099s and stuff, which used to get paid through the old one. She had all her paychecks and stuff coming to the new entity. But, excuse me, the bigger issue and the issue that would have pissed me off, she then went to this loan shark company and got some huge 6-figure loan at some high predatory interest rate and used the marital home as the collateral for the loan.
Oh my God.
You can't do that without telling Ralph, and then defaulted. So now the house is at risk for foreclosure because she ain't made payments on the loan. That loan was an advance on money she was going to get paid. So it was like an advance on her salary for Housewives or maybe an upcoming album.
Was it for, I was going to say, is it for the album that she just dropped? I wonder.
Probably. Because I would just pull some records. Mary J. Blige did the same thing in 2013. She got a $500,000 loan from Bank of America and ultimately defaulted on it in 2013. And they had to sue her. Bless her heart, she wasn't able to pay. And largely, it's often because you got so many expenses associated with the launch of a new album. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. The problem is that court order says you can't go get a loan on the community house. Now, she could go out and get a loan and the collateral be something that she and only she owns, but you can't put nobody else's house up.
You cannot.
Collateral. And then you got the nerve not make your payments.
That's crazy.
Girl.
Drew Sidora. What is wrong with you? Drew, that is crazy. The fact that she said she went to a loan shark, and I can see it. Drew, this is going to be bad. You look what Victoria said. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Was it Victoria? Oh, no, wait a minute. Yes, Victoria. Victoria said, wait a minute, that's not it. I want to go to what Victoria said. Hold on. I got to get up there. Here we go. No, this is insane. Ralph was right about she's hiding so much stuff. The fact that anybody can agree and go up for Ralph for 30 seconds? Drew! This is what you're making us do because he did say that you're hiding so much. You went and took out a loan on the house that your children live in. You mad that him downstairs, you ain't gonna be upstairs. And then she not even paying on the loan. What does she do with her check? Now she and then she gonna talk about the money they make from the album, gonna put PJ through college. You better hope your children can finish school this year with their uniforms and stuff. This is crazy. I don't know. Now I don't know why she wouldn't pay. I mean, other than not having it, yes, girl, was T. You're making me agree with Ralph. Okay, y'all, let's finish. Hold on. This is insane.
It says, so does Drew not have funds? I don't know. I can't tell you but I know
the album is doing okay. She has it, but I don't know how much she's putting toward this album.
Okay, let me say this about the album. Let me say this about music. First of all, I know someone that's deep into entertainment, and they have told me how it goes. You know, like even that $100,000 that she took, she probably took the money to front, you know, for hair, makeup, you know, the actual song, putting it out, anything, right? Because she has to do it. They don't get paid on the Housewives when they're not housewifing. So, you know, there was a moment in time when we didn't even know if we was going to get Atlanta Housewives. You get paid when you film. You know what I'm saying? You get paid during filming. You don't get paid. Like, we're watching it right now. From my understanding, all these ladies have been paid already. They got the money that they were going to make for the show. Now, they're not on no salary. That's not what they do here. So whatever she's trying to do with her music, she's got to figure out a way to fund it. Right? And I'm sure she was working on that before the show came on so that she would have an actual storyline. I want to be Drew. Sometimes I just don't see it for Drew all the time. And Myra, she gonna need you. She gonna need some people that's team Drew. Honey, and here's the thing, CC. If Bravo lets her go, that's gonna be even worse. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If this divorce is over soon and Ralph gets spousal support, and let's say they don't bring her back, I mean, Drew got some change, but how long is spousal support? Is there a cap on spousal support? Does anybody know? Because I don't know. Now this, Victoria said, now this is her storyline. Let's keep going.
I don't know what Dennis, the hot dog slayer, is putting towards it versus her. Well, you know, I think he's more of a producer of it. Then she did celebrate.
guys.
She celebrated on the show on one of the recent episodes that she was getting a record deal. So, but I don't know how much she fronted for this album.
So here's the thing. That record deal is community property in the state of Georgia.
Ooh.
Well, that's part of the 60-40.
Huh?
That's part of the 60-40 split too.
It has to be. She should have waited till the divorce was final. Any asset, whenever you get a new deal, it would be no different. These basketball players, that basketball player gets a $40 million deal while you're married, you're entitled to $20 million. Or whatever he collects during the marriage, you're entitled.
What have I been saying the whole time? Drew, get a divorce. Drew, move out. Let him have the house. You have to have like when she said a few minutes ago she would do the same thing that Drew did. She'd get her money. Well, you can't do that. But what you can do is divorce. You can have a house, baby. You can have the house. You can. What you want to do with the kids? You're gonna do a week on, a week off. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now what? I don't want anything in the house. I don't want nothing in the house. I don't want anything in this house. Right? I'm gonna go and put this up here because you're right. I called it the whole time, honey. When I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about 85% of the time, but this 100. Drew should have just left. Don't be trying to hold on to the house. You see Portia over here. She around. They said her stuff is in foreclosure. She hanging by a thread because she trying to hold on to a house for the Joneses situation. Drew over here trying to hold on to the house so she can appear to be somewhere. But you got your husband downstairs. Get the divorce. Then once you get the divorce and whatever you got to do outside of divorce, it can be yours. You can bring it in. If you got to pay spouse support, you have the money coming in. But you around here not paying your bills. Oh, this is crazy. Drew.
A portion of it. So what she was doing effectively was like her deal with the hot dog man. She had that money flow to a new entity so that he...
Wait, let me say this to Shay. Shay said she should have done like Tina Turner and walked away with nothing. Drew still got her name. Drew is not Drew Pittman. She is Drew Sidora. She should have just walked the freak away. Let me keep going.
He didn't have to know of any of the details. The mail for the new entities probably did not come to the house. She didn't have to worry about it being part of the taxes because the new entity files taxes separately. He specifically said that they filed joint taxes all of their years.
Ooh,
So it wasn't until he went to try and file taxes for 2024 that he finds out, oh no, she's not filing with me because old girl has created the new entities. So in other words, she's now she wanted to go into these deals with Dennis and not have to cut him his portion. The problem is when you go into a business and you'll see in these documents, Ralph talks about it was 60-40. His income was derived solely from his received distributions from the entity. So when you have your own business, you may not give yourself a salary, but you give yourself what's called a draw or a distribution. And generally the rule is when one side takes a distribution, the other side gets one. So if Drew's paying herself, let's say she got a check for 100, she should give herself 60 and he gets 40. Now I can understand she's like, I hate you. I wish you would get the hell up out the basement and get out of my life. I don't want to give you a goddamn dime. Totally get it. But how she did it appears fraudulent. What she could have done and should have done instead is leave the Drew LLC as it was, create another LLC. She could create a different LLC and have certain things moved to that LLC. She could even petition the court and say, I want permission that now that we're separated, we're going through all this, all my new checks are going to flow through the new LLC. The only reason she didn't want that is she didn't want that man to know how much money she was making. You can't have it both ways. You can't have a divorce where you're going to fight about money and hide the money.
Yep.
If you don't want him to know that kind of stuff, that's where you got to offer him a lump sum to get the hell away from you and wrap it up.
100%. 100%. You can't not talk about it and then you don't want him to do anything about it. You can't do that, Drew. Give him a lump sum. If he wants, if you have $3 million, let's say you got, I don't know, let's say she got 10 million, right? I'm going to give you a lump sum of $4 million to get up and get out and get you something else to do other than over here with me. We gonna take care of these kids. You're going to have them 1 week. I'm going to have another week. You're going to have them on Father's Day. I'm going to have them on Mother's Day. You're going to have them this year for Thanksgiving. I'm going to have them next year, this spring break. Like, let's wrap this up. But if you around here trying to close stuff out, move money, the judge has told you not to move it. What Myra said? Hold on. Let me see what Myra said. That's why I have been separated for 20 years. I'm never getting a divorce. That man only my husband when I want him to co-sign for something. Myra! What? What do you mean that's why? Explain that to me. Run it down. Do I need to send you a link and drop you a link so you can talk to me? Because I want to know what you're talking about. What you talking about? So you can't be in a relationship? You can't get remarried? Are you not dating? Like, what y'all doing? Do y'all live separate? I mean, y'all definitely live separate. Is he dating? So whoever he's dating, they can't get married because he's still married to you. Like, what is going on? Myra, you gotta talk to me. You gonna have to talk to me. She should have taken notes from Mel. She should have get out. Just get out. That damn Myra said. That damn Myra said 20 years. They still separated. It ain't no way. But I will say this. I will say this. When it comes down to it, well, yeah, when it comes down to it, like he could be dating somebody, Myra could be dating somebody, and something happens, they have no say so. She could have met somebody 3 years, so that means she was somebody 17 years. He could have met somebody 4 years later. They've been together 16 years. And if anything happens, Myra gets it and he gets it at the end of the day. Nah. Myra, come to the front. Come to the front, ma'am. Alexa, ain't no way. Because, child, what in the world is going on right now? No, I'm not saying try to work it out with a bitter Betty. Wait a minute, Audrey, what you talking about? So you saying try to work it out with a bitter Betty. Never work it out with a bitter Betty. No. I'm saying, oh, you talking about the 20 years? Exactly, Mo. Me, Mo, and other people feel the same. Ralph has us capping for him. Oh God. I would want to be, I would want to be. Lord, let's keep going. Myra done left. I done scared Myra.
So that could have been an option. Okay.
Yeah. So
wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
But Myra said they date other people. But Myra, what if he wants to marry you? What if he wants to get married? What if the woman? Myra, I have so many questions. I just want to talk to you. We don't have to talk in this forum. We can just talk. I have so many questions. Myra says she liked his girlfriend. Myra, we're going to have a conversation about this. You're going to have to go and hit me in my inbox, baby. Instagram.
I want to talk about the taxes that you mentioned, right? Because it not only is, from me reading and what I interpret, that he's saying the way she went about,
not right now,
opening the LLCs were fraudulent. It seemed as though he was also saying that there was some fraudulent activity with the filing of the taxes because she didn't claim, or he was asking for like 1099s or something for all the movies she was in and everything, because he said those things weren't claimed on the taxes. So is he also trying to say that, she's not trying to pay Uncle Sam?
I think more so he seems to be arguing that she's withholding financial documents from him, and you can't do that in a divorce. They have had discovery.
He's doing. That's what she's saying he's doing on the show. And I saw Toria's question. Dennis is saying that he did say he's not working with Drew anymore. I don't know how true that was, but he did say that because he went on the press tour with her when the album released. So, but she's saying the opposite on the show, that it's Ralph that's withholding his financial documents.
Yes.
So, and there's discovery deadlines. So those deadlines mean that there is by a certain date where each side is supposed to exchange everything. And so here, for example, one of the things Ralph is arguing in this, now mind you, this is only Ralph's motion. She has not filed her response to his motion yet. So that's why we're just breaking it down from what he's saying right now. When we get her
Okay, this is Ralph's perspective, his response, what he feels to be said and done, right? But clearly he knows about this stuff. So I can't wait to see what Drew has to say. But look at Pepper said. My mother left her husband in 76, 77. They were married until he passed in 99. She buried him, not his other family or girlfriend, his other family. She got crazy checks for us, insurance checks and benefit checks. Absolutely. Because she is the wife. And I think so many people don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you fool around here and you be messing with a man and he, he got a wife at home, but he messing with you, like he over here with you all the time or whatever, and you around here talking about this, then the third, baby, let something happen. Let something happen. You're going to be right back where you were before he met you. That is crazy. But in this situation, and it's nothing they can say. There's nothing the girlfriend can say. It don't even matter about the kids. If that man had kids with another woman and those are his children and it's all up to the wife how she does that. Because I know when my dad passed, you have to wait, I think, 6 weeks after somebody passes to see if there's any more children that come out of the woodworks. My mama said, I hope don't no children come out of the woodworks. Because I'm going to have to send them right back to where they came from. And I mean, that was crazy. I remember that distinctively because that was wild. That's a ghetto divorce, Myra. My aunt and her husband have been apart for each other for 30-something years. Done live with them. Oh, no. Wow. Ocean Dreaming? Mo. Mo said that's why Drew Laurie looks so lost. Because she don't know what she doing. And whoever said that, I bet Drew lied. Okay, Myra. Myra said he never asked for a divorce. Myra, my question to you is this. If he asked you for a divorce tomorrow, would you sign the papers? It sounds like Ralph is in the lawyer's blogger's ear. He is a snake. Well, we all know Ralph is a snake, child. Ooh, square one. Laura said you better have Barry White little girlfriend. Oh, separated. What? How did that happen to him, Sandwich? That's wild. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do that.
Let's keep going.
But Ralph is saying she failed to pay approximately $30,000 for unpaid taxes in 2023. So he's saying for her share because that was the last year that they filed them together. He also says right here, she refused to pay the home's extermination bill, in which case she only made one payment, so she only paid for the roaches one time. After that, she just up here just letting the roaches just run wild.
Well, we heard that.
And here's the exact wording of what the court says. It says,
Yay,
the court's order states, each party is restrained from selling, encumbering, trading, contracting to sell, which is what she did when she got that loan against it, or otherwise disposing or removing from the jurisdiction of the court, quote, any property belonging to the parties except in the ordinary course of business. So property includes the LLCs because that's the entity from which they would get their paychecks. And it also says it prevents their agents, their servants, their employees, and all other people acting in concert with them from doing that conduct either. So basically, this means her lawyer knew she wasn't supposed to do it, and she knew that she wasn't supposed to.
But she did it anyway? And the lawyer let her do it. She just said the lawyer knew she wasn't supposed to do it, and she knew she wasn't supposed to do it. True. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's why she don't want them things unsealed, because Drew around here moving grimy and dirty. So how is him downstairs getting paid if she has dissolved the LLC? Like he don't recognize, like he don't have no money coming in. Now I think that can happen. The attorney could be sued for malpractice, because if you know you're my attorney, you're supposed to be able to tell me the right thing to do, the right thing, not, oh yeah, girl, I think that'll be great. That if that's the case, Drew might well have been paying me to be the attorney. Girl, yeah, take it, close it. But I would have told her, girl, you can't close that. You in a divorce. You can't do that, Drew. And then she probably would have fired me and went and got that lawyer, and now here we are. Look what Patricia said. I'm pissed that now we got to go, that we even going up for Ralph a little bit. Patricia said Ralph isn't a Martell 2.0. He's smarter. Oh my God. He don't have no money coming in. Well, see, Myra, he can't remove your name from his pension because you're his wife. You're his beneficiary. No, you're not gonna do that. Because it's the closest. The wife is the closest, then the kids. He's not gonna do that at all. Because he would have to prove, because he would have to have a divorce or something else to prove that you are not here to get those benefits. So no, ma'am, you're gonna get the benefit. Hold on. Let's keep going.
And then also he attached the tax returns to show that literally with all the money that would come in, she would get 60%, he would get 40%. And that includes the Real Housewives checks, talent agreements, all those kinds of things. And y'all, hold on, this was crazy. He also states real big in paragraph 17. Mm-hmm. He said that Ralph, in turn, his job was to perform duties behind the scenes. He said he performed duties behind the scenes, which included, among other things, because my question was, well, what the hell do you do? He said handling the day-to-day business operations and hiring registered agents and other contractors that performed services for Drew Sidora, LLC, for which he was paid a distribution by Drew using the funds that were deposited into the account. And he said payments to him from that bank account also included loan payments, because he loaned the LLC $150,000, yep, of which $49,000 Drew has yet to pay him back.
Ooh.
So he I read that and interpreted it to be like he's saying he gave her the money to kind of start her career. Yeah. Is how it sounds.
That, okay. Or maybe to launch a...
Okay. He done put $150,000 in the LLC. Absolutely, he thinks he has started her career. Why would not? Let's go back to Martell Holt, his playbook. If it wasn't for me getting that phone, getting that contact, then Mel could have never talked to Carlos King. He started it. Absolutely, he thinks that. He thinks he has made Drew. This is a mess. I hate when a divorce is a mess. That's why Drew didn't want this unveiled, honey. That she did not want us to see this. Let me go back to this right here. And then people that be in these long relationships all they like they be in these long relationships, right? People have really good jobs, they have really good insurance, and you can't even help You can't even help your girlfriend or your boyfriend because you are a girlfriend and a boyfriend. You literally could get up and walk out right now. You could take your phone and delete the number out and never talk to them again. That's why you can't be a beneficiary. I mean, like that. That's why you can't get that. Ooh, Drew got to follow the rules and telling the truth. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, let's keep going.
Podcast or launch an album, probably like an album or something.
Okay, let me say this, Kimmy. Kimmy said, wasn't he working in tech? Yes. Like RSVP said, Ralph has a successful tech business. This ain't got nothing to do with that. Ralph's tech business is not in the LLC, right? Everything in the LLC has to do with Drew. So when he's, like Simone said, he's around here booking this, doing these contracts. He's getting paid from that LLC for that. They ain't got nothing to do with his tech job. It's just like you at work. You get up and go to work every day, but then your boo wants you to go in on this project with him. Well, I go in on the project with my boo, then we get paid for the project. But when I get ready to go to work, this check is in my account. So, boom. So, Drew should have had that in the LLC too. Let's keep going.
Like that, because the question is, when was this 150 given? It's unusual for a husband to loan money to a wife actively in a marriage. But what this might have been, when he's saying he loaned it to the LLC, he very well could have, for example, taken it from his 401k, because you can get a loan against your 401k, take it from the 401k to invest and do something for her. And then in turn, he needs the money repaid because he's got to put it back in his 401k,
right?
As an example.
Okay. Because I guess I was looking at it like you're married. How I kind of felt like that piece was going to be something that could be something she wins on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your wife, you gave me money, now you want me. But what caught me up was that it sounded like she had paid some of it back, but not all of it. So
right. That's what makes me think he probably got a loan himself to loan her that money.
Oh, he need to pay that loan back.
Because also, with her being the entertainer, if he previously had a W-2, I think at one point I looked up his LinkedIn and he's had W-2s before. If he had a W-2, it would be easier for him to get a personal loan for certain things if they needed a cash infusion. And then the paying him back well could have been repaying the loan to whatever.
Hey, reality recap, girl, y'all are breaking this down over here. Breaking it down. Do you hear me? Girl, this is all so mind-blowing. Wait a minute. I was ready to go. But when I saw your face, no ma'am. I'm gonna put this link up here and I want you to come up here just for a few minutes because what is going on? Drew is certifiably insane. Oh, I thought I put it up there. There we go. Hold on, let me see what else. What I missed.
Source, he had to pay. Okay. He also complains.
Brown sugar babe, you done missed Drew and lied, girl.
That his access to operating the business and to the business accounts that he had prior to and during the first part of the divorce stopped, and it stopped distribution.
Wait, let's look at Shay, because Shay has a point. Ralph hasn't put Drew's name on none of his businesses. His business is not in the LLC. And I am just 100% sure right now that is the conversation that he had with her. And like, you know what, let's put an LLC. Let's just put Drew Sidora LLC, and then I'll just get paid from that. Along with the tech check. And this way we can just move through the LLC. Oh, Drew. I'm sorry, Drew. I'm sorry.
Which he previously received as both co-owner and ceased performing services, and that Drew ceased performing services with him that the parties had previously provided together. For things other than Real Housewives. So I guess if there were some contracts that they did together, I don't know, podcasts or something, they used to.
So Kenzo, the thing is this: word on the curb was going around that her house about to be foreclosed on. First of all, you know she can't film at the house. She's not supposed to be driving in the car, right? So she's filming at her mama house. Now the house is $7 million, and like I said, they're not on no salary over there at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It ain't no checks coming in every week or every 2 weeks. If it's checks coming, they've already got them. So unless she's selling go naked hair by the loads every hour, I don't know. That's what the word was, child. That's what the word was.
Put together. That they didn't do anymore, and that was part of his source of income. And in 19, he says, Ralph says he previously used distributions that he received from the LLC to pay bills associated with the marital home and other liabilities. So that's how come he's saying, look, he don't have money to move out the basement and get another house when his income source, which was the LLC, he's now been shut out of.
I thought he do tech. That's what he said. That's what she said on the show. Like he do some type of IT tech stuff. Now it never was clear what it was or what company it was for. But I thought that was the source of income. But I saw something in the chat too. Like, so if this happened over a year ago and he's just finding out, and he's saying he was shut out of the LLC, how is he still maintaining the bills?
We don't know is the answer.
That's what I want to know.
Because also when you get distributions, a lot of times you'll get distributions closer to the end of the year when you know that you got the money there. So it could have been that he found this out towards the end of the year when it was time for a distribution and the money wasn't there, or money was a lot lower, or things like that. So the question is, I don't know, maybe it's the tech stuff is happening.
Wait a minute.
He's paying the bills.
Scamming segment, allegedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think she is younger than Ralph. Let me say this. So, I mean, I think people sometimes need to, I understand that you go up for people, right? And you can go up for people. I go up for people too. But when they're wrong, they're wrong. And I know how to come out of it and still be supportive of them, but tell the truth about them, right? So Drew, people that go for Drew, like, Drew is crazy. This is crazy that she's done. Insane. And she has not been honest. She wants to get on here and cry. Oh my God, Dennis is an angel. Girl, Drew is definitely younger than Ralph. And let me tell you this. When he was talking to Shamia and he said that in 3 months, he met Drew. Let's say they met in January. By March, they were engaged. By May, they were married. By August, she was pregnant. In 8 months, you have met, proposed, married, and got impregnated by a man. I always say it does not take a person longer than a year to know if you want to marry him, right? We already know. We know within 6 months. Sometimes we know within 6 weeks. I love him. I can handle this for the rest of my life. We'll see how this works out. But I think I could be Mrs. So-and-so. But if you did all of that in 8 months, he takes Drew on whirlwinds every day of her life. I'm sure he's hiding money. I'm 100% in agreement with you. And I can't wait to see what Drew has to say, in her response. Not this how people end up. She said this how people end up on TV One for My Man and Fatal Attraction because somebody would. Yes. He is a narcissist. But the thing is, he gonna tell Shamia that he don't like who Drew has become. First of all, Drew probably hadn't even had a chance to become who she wanted to be. She became his fiance, his wife, and the mother of his children. Before, then she went on to do other things. She went on to act. She went on to sing. She's been in videos and stuff like that. Yeah, he's in tech. That's what they talk about. They talk about he being in tech. He's in tech. Everybody knows that. We don't know what kind of tech he's in, but he's in tech. But at the same time, like, Drew is very naive. And I think Ralph saw that coming from a long ways. Because I'll never forget when they was in that season, when Drew came up their first season. And I guess it was him that got that makeup dinner together. And they went up there on the roof or whatever. And beautiful night. Drew said one thing. And whatever Drew said, I don't remember. But I do remember that it wasn't enough for him to get like that. He just tore her. Like, it just hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings the way he talked about her at that dinner. Even though he didn't want to adopt one. That was a horrible dinner, hibiscus. I was married within what do we do? How do we do that? It was 8 months for me too. My bad, Drew. But the thing is, I ain't had no babies. No. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Let me get to the part. Hold on. She said, child, Vanessa said, did we get to that part? Hold on, child. Hold on.
Oh, but wait, there was another section. I was like, I couldn't believe this part. Hold on. It was that, he also talked about Drew failed to give him all, like, as I mentioned, there's a set time frame where you're supposed to exchange documents. Mm-hmm. He said Drew failed to give him her sources of income.
Is it after this?
To prepare their taxes for 2024. He gave no documentation except for documentation regarding her unemployment benefits that she filed for without Ralph's knowledge in 2024. She collected unemployment. So when y'all, hey, come over here, y'all. So when we talk about how she wanted it sealed, because it was stuff Drew didn't want the public to know, she didn't want you to know she filed for unemployment.
How could she get unemployment when she's employed? Is it because they weren't filming that she could get unemployment?
Yes.
She got $4,187. Listen.
Ooh, that's all Georgia paying for unemployment? And y'all know, I don't know if y'all ever been on unemployment. You know it don't work like that. Unemployment works like it goes by state, right? I work in the nuclear field. So unemployment is a part of our wages. So you can do it or you cannot do it. If you go work in Connecticut at a nuclear plant, unemployment is $900 some a week. Fantastic. South Carolina is $362 a week. Then you have Pennsylvania is $457 a week. So Georgia, y'all, let me see how much. Look, hold on, y'all. I'm about to figure this out. Hold on just a second. Let me Google this. I want to know this. How much is Georgia unemployment wages per week?
According to Bench Accounting, the weekly benefit amount in Georgia is 1/42 of your earnings in your two highest earning.
Child, $365 a week. The minimum weekly benefit amount of a Georgian could receive is $55. That's the minimum. The max is $365. So if you have like a little side job, if you're doing a little something or another, you could still get your unemployment. But right here it says you could receive $55. That's if when you apply, you say, okay, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but I'm not working a job every day. I went and I worked on a car and I got paid $175. They may take it down from there, right? But the most you can get is $365. That's what it say on Google. But right here, Miss Z said Georgia is like $330 a week. It's both. It's based on your post wage in Georgia. It depends on the employer. The $4,000 was per month. No, ma'am. The 4,000 is not per month. No. They give you a lump sum. So the 4,000. How many weeks do Georgians get? Hold on. How much unemployment will I get if I make $1,000 a week in Georgia? Hold on. Hold on. So the calculator give us an estimate of the weekly benefits you may receive. $450 a week is not going to equal up to 4,000. You understand what I'm saying? She definitely filed while she was not filming. That's the only time she could file. She couldn't file while she was filming. Yes, that's a lump sum. Yes, girl with the T. Like that's how it works. Like 4,000 is what, and then here's the thing also. Is it 4,000 over 23 weeks? That could make a difference. Or is it 4,000 over 12 weeks or 15 weeks? Because you get paid weekly. So is it 4,000 over this time? Is it 4,000 over that time? That's a lump sum. Okay, Shay said the max is $349 a week and you can only get it for 6 months. There you go. There it is. So let's see how much it is. $349. Hold on. What you said, Shay? $349. So how many 6 months is what? 4, 8, 12, 16. 4, 8, 12. Wait a minute. What? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay. 24 times. Uh-oh. No. So it says 8,000, but you get $349 a week, but you only have 6 weeks. You have 6 months. That's 24 weeks. Okay. 8,376. Okay, let's keep going, child. Let's just keep going. All I know for sure is that 7,000 is a lump sum.
When you have an LLC to collect unemployment, it's possible. The legal way that you do it now, if you're getting unemployment, she would have needed to be, for example, if she was cast on a show or something, where she was an employee and then she gets cut from the show, laid off from the show, something like that, perhaps she was able to she was able to qualify for unemployment from that job, as an example. Then what happens with unemployment is every week they make you confirm whether or not you earned any income.
Right.
Like in Texas, it's like if you do, you have to tell them how much. Mm-hmm. And they do this calculation. If you made $600 or less, then you can get a certain amount. Like they'll give you up to what? I think it's like $600 a week or $400 a week, something like that. Per month, you could get $2,400 for unemployment. So what she may have done is, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, on weeks when she wasn't making anything from her LLC job, from the Sidora LLC.
Wait, let me clear Alicia up right quick. Alicia, she's not going to make $8,000 in a month. That would be $8,000 over. What you say? What y'all said was 6 weeks, 6 months. It'll be over 6 months. So divide that by 6 months, and that's what she get.
I'll see. She may have called in and said, "Hey, I didn't make anything this week. Send me my $600 check." But then the next week when she did get money, I don't know. It's real tricky. I think the unemployment office would love to audit.
Yeah, because I know when you get further down, he listed at least 5 movies she was in. He talks about her going on appearances, her music. Hell, she even listed the movie she was in for Candy, y'all.
Like, sure did. So, and the thing is,
with unemployment, every week when you call that little hotline, they ask you, are you ready, willing, and able for employment? You have to say yes. If the answer is no, you don't even qualify. So if she is unavailable for 40 hours a week because that week she's working on a movie, but maybe the movie doesn't pay, because a lot of times the movies don't pay until they're purchased, until they're sold. So technically, you're not working for free and you don't qualify for unemployment if you're on a movie set each day, because that entity that you're doing the movie with, that's who needs to pay you. So I feel like it's probably stuff like collecting $4,187 worth of unemployment. That might be some of the stuff that she really wanted to keep sealed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
someone asked in the chat, so he listed her movies. Yes.
Yes, he does. All these exhibits.
All of them. Like he listed.
I took some of those exhibits out. Yeah, here they go. Here's the whole section. Adopted is exhibit N. Vicious murder. Mind your business. Mind your business. Coming in hot. The Past.
The Past was Candy's movie that she was the main character in. Like, but yeah, he listed all of them. He listed. That's why I said this lawyer ain't playing no game.
Let me tell you who ain't playing no games, and that is Ralph. Ain't nothing worse than a bitter man who doesn't want to see you succeed. Ralph is the worst, right? He ain't playing no games. And the thing is, if he has itemized it down to all of Drew's things, that's true. He's his wife. He's her husband. He knows everything she's done. All the way down here to the Past movie that Candy had. He put that in there. That was on Peacock. Because he is an ass butterfly. That's why he's trying to hurt her. He is a narcissistic, chauvinistic, ridiculous, jealous, insecure man or leech or whatever. That's why he's trying to hurt her so bad. And I'm going to tell you something. No matter how many lies Drew tells, they'll catch up with her, but there's no need for him to treat her like this.
Yeah, it might be Tubi movies, Tori, but she gotta check.
She got a whole bunch of movies.
Explain that unemployment, honey. No, I don't understand. That was a 6-figure amount, and then that loan that she got a 6-figure loan. It was a purchase agreement against future under 79. It says against future receivables from Drew Sidora without recourse, meaning if she ultimately did not make as much money as she thought she was going to make, she's still going to have to pay the loan back. That is a high interest rate. And she made the loan against their marital home. That's crazy. And it had the nerve to not pay it, defaulted or pay it late, risking foreclosure. Girl, between that and the unemployment. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, why don't they just sell the doggone house? Let me tell you. Baby. In Atlanta, I know so many of those couples who are going through divorces or going through times, and the one thing they're trying to stick to is the houses. First of all, those houses generally have appreciated quite a bit since when people first moved out to, I don't know, Sandy Springs or Ackworth or wherever those places were.
Yes.
In 10 years, a lot of them have appreciated $600,000. So they want to keep that equity, but they live outside of their means. So a lot of them have second mortgages. While some people in a divorce, especially if you've only got the first mortgage, you have $1 million house for $3,700 mortgage, taxes, everything all in. That's great. So what will happen is, because you can't get another house for $3,800 a month all wrapped in, you can't even get an apartment that's going to be, 7,000 square feet for that, then one of the two parties generally wants the house. So that's often why they won't sell it. What you can do is one of the parties can assume the loan, or you can get a court order that says, Your Honor, we're going to have an appraiser appraise the home, determine how much equity is. And then there will be an order that says, my ex-spouse has to refinance it and get my name off the note, refinance it, and therefore give me my equity. or that when they sell the house, they've got to give you whatever your equity is with interest. So I really try to encourage people, if you can afford to keep your home and that home has equity in it, don't think that because you're getting a divorce, you have to get rid of it. Because a lot of times it's better for the kids. The kids would like to stay in their childhood home. Kids don't really know any better. But if it can be done, and it's, baby, especially if you got that 3% interest rate, I ain't giving up that 3%.
I will not budge.
I ain't giving up that 3%.
I'm gonna say this, and I understand what the ladies are saying. I understand what Vanessa's saying. I get it, but for me, if it's causing this, if I got to deal with him being downstairs and then him talking short to me and being rude and disrespectful, and then all this stuff going on in court, I'm out. If I got one for $3.99, I'll search till I get another one. I gotta go. I don't care nothing about the percentage. I don't care nothing about the equity. I care about my peace. And my peace is not having this ridiculous man living downstairs and I can't even move around in my home that I pay for like I want to. I gotta go. 3.99% on the house is not my clarity, my peace. I'm sorry, it's not. I don't know how people feel about that, but I just, it ain't no way. I could care less. Well, she took the equity out of the wrong thing, Shay. She should have taken the equity out of the house instead of the LLC.
We're not gonna do it.
Ass now.
Yes. Oh, but divorce warning. Let me tell you something. If you're on the mortgage at all, you want to be really careful with agreeing to a divorce order that allows the other person to have the house and be required to simply refinance out your name off. Because here's the tea. The court order will say you got to refinance it into your name in 30 days. But the true law is you simply have to make a good faith effort. In other words, if your credit is too effed up for you to get approved for that loan, court ain't going to do nothing about it. This man called and got a consultation with me. His name has been on his ex-wife's mortgage for 10 years because her credit is so messed up, she can't get his name off, she can't refinance it. And now his current wife is mad because they can't get a home because they have to be able to show they have enough income to afford both homes.
Wow.
So you better be careful leaving your name on a house that you ain't living in no more. Second thing is that person could choose to say, I don't want to pay the note no more.
Yep.
Nowadays, it takes about a year to foreclose. They could live there rent-free for a year, and when it forecloses on your name.
Wow.
Your name is still on the note. The end. Y'all gotta watch out.
Ooh, child.
This divorce is no joke, y'all.
There's nothing to play with. There's nothing to play
Always
with.
love a good lesson with you. And I'm just assuming, like, dumb question, but reading all of this, there's no prenup, I'm assuming, right?
Nope.
No prenup, guys. None. And that's what I'm confused about. Now, I have not watched the Drew Ralph storyline as much as you, so you know better. What the hell is this man's job?
We don't know. Like, we don't see him go to work.
Never.
We don't. It's just, she only spoke about it being tech. It's just like Brittany's husband, the new.
See, here's the thing. It's so many lies. Like, Drew came on the show lying. If all we know, because everybody in the comments, he's tech. He's a successful tech person. Where? What does he do in tech? Does he make robots? Does he make, I don't know, chips for new iPhones? Like, what does he do in tech? And whatever he is doing, is it bringing him in the money like he needs? Because I'm telling y'all right now, Drew gonna end up having to pay this man spouse support. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Be on Real Housewives of Atlanta too. Like,
bro, you posted a picture of him when they got married. Oh my God, he was so ugly. It was so ugly. Do he look better now? I don't watch the show.
It's horrible.
Oh no!
But yeah, like.
But Vanessa, you understand what I'm saying, right? Uh-oh. But you understand what I'm saying? That is crazy. Because we don't know what he does. Like, Okay, we know Gerald makes HVACs for airports. We know what Gerald does. We kind of knew what Simon did. Did we kind of know what Simon did? We know Charles Oakley was a former basketball player. Charles got the money, right? We know he got the coin. Who else on there? Who else is on there? Angela. What does Britt? We don't know what Britt's husband really does. You know what I'm saying? But we knew what Greg did. Or did we know what Greg did? I don't know. But the tech situation is insane. We have no idea what he does.
Oh, but he's rich.
Unclear. Yeah, he takes care of her. That's Brittany and her husband. He takes care of her, and I know it says he's an investor and all of those different things, but it says just IT tech marketing is what I saw. I see Toria saying that too. IT tech marketing, but like a specific company he works for, or seeing him get up, go to work with a briefcase, we don't see that. We just see him cooking half naked in an apron, doing his daddy cooking show and doing his podcast.
I feel like Ralph became unattracted to her a while ago. Like, remember when she was trying to do her fitness videos, but she wasn't actually fit and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It was, Drop by Drew, bless her.
I
mean, she seems like such a nice girl. That she'd just be, pleasant to be around. But yeah, he seemed like he was over it a long time ago. But
have we got to the LinkedIn yet?
Corporate job, perhaps when they got together. Was it your understanding that he had like a corporate gig when they got together? He don't look like a personal trainer or nothing.
Ralph was playing football, but that was at the college level. I do think that he had he wanted to go into
she said we almost
professional level of football, but I believe he got hurt or something like that. But he played football in college, I think, and he is fit. Like, he does kind of look like a trainer. He has a great body. I think that was his plan, but it didn't work out for him. And
a long time ago. Okay, I'm on his LinkedIn. Now I'm feeling better. I'm on his LinkedIn. First of all, he looks very gainfully employed on here. I'm going to give him that.
Please put it up here on the screen.
Girl, yes. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Gainfully employed.
There we go. Okay, Mr. Ralph. All right.
I haven't seen him look like that.
Oh my God, he looks so wholesome. He looked like he'll sell the hell out of some life insurance, don't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they get your policy, baby. Oh yeah, you'll be able to draw collateral off of it, your loan against it. That'll be one of them good policies that can do a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, that's what that is. With that little, I know that tie. I've seen it at Burlington Coat Factory. I like it. It says Global Client Executive, People and Technology Change Agent. Oh, he went to Rutgers. Oh, okay. We got mutual friends. Oh, he know Kavan. I'm about to call Kavan. He knows Kavan. Kavan went to Rutgers. Okay, he says, my role is solely focused on understanding the business agenda of business leaders and enterprise organizations, delivering Gartner's trusted research. Oh, that's a real company. Research analysis and insights to help blah, blah, blah.
How long ago that picture?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he does his job, guys. This is a real job. He works for Gartner. He's a client executive. I don't know what that does, but client executive for Gartner. He's been with them for 9 years. That's a real job. And let me see if he's been to college. Yeah, 2006. Okay, we've got mutual friends. He went to Rutgers as a business econ degree. All right, Nate.
That's where he played football.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he played with Nate. I'm about to find out. Okay, hold on. Let me see how much these people got. That's a real job. He makes 6 figures. Okay, Gardner.
Okay.
I don't know that company. Is it tech related? I don't know.
Let's see. Client. I don't know.
Taboo said that's old child.
Find out.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking, Taboo.
Oh!
Wait, what?
Can you see this one? Let me see.
Salaries.
Okay, it says Gartner client executive salaries is between $216 and $352. I'm sorry, Ralph. You're not poor. You're not poor at all. Good job. Yeah, more of these. And then there's another.
But what year is this?
Gartner Careers. Client executive. A reasonable estimate of the base salary range for this role is 144 to 194. There you go. 150. That's big sets. That would be consistent with the mortgage and all the things, the upkeep of that house. Like I said, are probably around $7,000 a month. On that salary of 150 to 2, all his money would be going to taking care of the house. So it makes sense that they got to split it.
Okay.
But what year is this?
Oh,
he's currently, Vanessa,
old,
he's currently employed.
I'm definitely going to go with this. It says it's up to date. It's current. That's his job.
Okay.
We just ain't never seen him in that suit on Housewives of Atlanta.
Yet it says here, Gartner believes in fair and equitable pay. A reasonable estimate of the base salary range for this role, what he does, is $144,000 to $194 USD. They offer benefit programs, including generous PTO, 401k match, up to $7,200 a year. Whoa, that's good. That's $14,000 a year, baby. I could get some Amazon and tear it up with that. So, okay, I'm sorry, Ralph. Okay. I apologize. I was one of those people out here acting like you're poor too.
Vanessa said it says to present, and he been working there for about 9 years. I feel like it's not updated to reality TV recap. I feel like it's not updated. I mean, we don't see him filming on a lot of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but of course they are a part, and her thing is not to really show him, and he doesn't get paid on the show. And when we do see him, it's probably like on a weekend. Child, I don't know what to say. Drew, I can't believe Drew.
You're not poor. You're hardworking. You have a degree. You're just not in the, you're not in the limelight with whatever you make your money for.
So why he in the divorce in that document acting like the world is coming to the end because he can't have access to this LLC?
Right.
Well, so I think that answers two questions for us, right? The first question is, how is he able to continue paying bills without access to the LLC money? Okay. So now we know he's making 150 to 2. Mm-hmm. But their lifestyle is much more grand than that, right? She has a chef. There's a nanny. There's all the travel. Their children probably go to private schools. My niece's school is $30,000 a year for second grade. Ooh. So his salary probably covers the basics, the very basics. And, she's been this entertainer her whole life. And as an entertainer, it likely ebbs and flows. Prior to Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't know how that lady made money consistently.
Me neither.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was paycheck to paycheck pre-Housewives, to be honest, between that and Tyler Perry movies, getting her through.
Yeah.
Or whatever she was doing. Right. I just wasn't.
But I feel like, thank you, Cheryl. I feel like absolutely Shady would be in public school. If he's making these 6 figures, the thing is this, he's not in the LLC, right? So he may be paying for this outside of his job money, but the money that is allotted in the LLC that she has taken, that's no more. Yes, she got money in there from the game. I ain't gonna say all that, Mo, but in this instance, I will say until I hear from Drew, which between her and her lawyer, I don't know what we're gonna hear, but it sounds like he might be right about everything he said. I know American Born, we do need to see a pay stub, but the fact that he's getting paid out of that LLC, that's not his job money going into the LLC. His stuff is separate, which makes a lot of sense. Well, clearly she ain't paying no bill. She paid one exterminator bill, knowing definitely that's a bill you need to pay.
I'm familiar with her. I mean, who am I? I'm one person. But I think what it is he needs both of them to maintain his lifestyle, and he wants to get up out that basement. That man want to get up out that basement. So if he's going to get up out that basement, he's going to need to pull together all sources of income especially because I believe what was expected is she wanted him to get up out the basement and leave, but still pay the mortgage.
Yeah,
and the HOA and the taxes. That's the problem.
Yeah, and before this, like, I know she was on the game, and I don't know if she get residuals from that being on Netflix. I know I watch it every single night, but
yeah, that paid fine back then. Yeah, back then that would have paid okay, but that's not going to take you through the ebbs and flows.
And I mean, she had a small role on White Chicks. She was in that movie.
Really?
A small role there, more like an extra. She had a few lines. So, but other than that, you know, we would have to look at her, what they call it, the IMDb or whatever.
Oh, yeah, IMDb.
But my other question was, too, I know Atlanta doesn't have a rule, like a 10-year marriage rule where everything is split in half, right? Like, Atlanta doesn't have that like California, because they got married in August of 2014.
Oh, wow, they've been together. No, so from day one, Atlanta's community or whatever, community property. So from day one, it's split. There's no prenup. I think what you might be referring to is some states have rules pertaining to alimony. And with alimony, they've been married long enough for either side to go for alimony. The challenge is going to be who makes more money, number one, and then what standard of life have they gotten used to. We know she makes 6 figures from Real Housewives alone. Plus, she's got her singing, all of the other things. I would argue she probably makes between 400 to 600K. I would say maybe more like 400K. So if anything, she would likely have to pay him alimony. And it sounds like, I don't think, he doesn't like being seen as this guy mooching off of Drew.
No,
so I don't think that he would fight for alimony. I think instead, he would want a fair portion of a split of the assets like that.
I'm gonna stop it right here, and I'm gonna have to go on and disagree with Simone. He would definitely want alimony, and then he would definitely want things split. Do you? The way he's moving, putting all this out here, the way he acts, the way he looks at Drew, like he can't even just talk to her without a grimace on his face. Definitely, he wants alimony. He will take it. He will take it. He will take it. He will take it. I have to look. Men like him don't want to do anything but hurt the woman, right? And if Drew, all these lies Drew has told, the way she done got caught up on Vanessa and Simone talking, and she didn't even know her in the room. She's just having a conversation. They're having a conversation about it. The way she got caught up in that conversation, Drew, it's not gonna work out. And see, here's the thing: he knows that. Wait a minute. Yeah, ham sandwich. I was talking about that when he met with Shamia. He asked her, "Was Drew still working for Go Naked Hair?" Because he is in the process of doing his own discovery. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why when Portia came in, she said, "No, we don't work together no more." Okay, you can't get that money. But then when Portia read that text message, I'm like, Portia, you giving him ammunition. And after we've heard what we've heard tonight, Drew don't need no ammunition against her. We don't need to hear nothing talking about Drew could have went to dinner with somebody. She could be dating somebody. We don't need to hear none of that. Because I'm going to tell you something. He's not going to stop. This right here, I know this. This, I know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know this. That's why when I was looking at Drew, like even when she was talking to him outside the window and all that cursing, don't do that, Drew. Because now they're going to say you are an irrational woman and we're going to have to look into the custody. Because do I want my children raised around a woman who would just scream outside of the window at me when I am trying to co-parent with her in my best way? That, I'm telling you what I know. Y'all, Drew got to stop. Drew needs to call me. I will help her through this. Now, she didn't already gone too far, but I could help her. I could help her through most of this. Jeanette, Deja said, according to IMDb, Drew was only on 4 episodes of the game. Really? Oh, that ain't enough? Committed to the Journey said yes. Yes, girl, but see, Ralph's attorney is clocked all the way in. So when he bring, I guarantee you anything he told Portia, text me that. If Portia didn't have Ralph's phone number when she came to that dinner, she got it tonight. Because he didn't ask her to text him that text message. And he had sent that text message to his lawyer. And now when Drew goes to court, she gonna be sitting here with her mouth wide open. I'm telling you something. I was sitting here watching today, season 7 of Real Housewives from Atlanta, when Apollo got ready to go to court. Well, no, I'm sorry, my bad. When Apollo got ready to turn himself in, and he had them text messages with Phaedra talking to Mr. Chocolate, telling me I can't wait till he gone so we can do this, that, and the third. He said, I know it's Phaedra because her face on here. Child, he took them right on over to Randy's office. I'm telling you, Drew in a bad situation. Jesus Christ. That's her. Look, reality recap said that's true. Hello, she came in, got with Derwin, and got kicked to the curb, as in real life. No, Drew wasn't a regular. She wasn't like that. She had a couple where she, but wow. I mean, oh. When Drew was yelling outside that window, y'all, I promise my heart, I was like screaming at the TV, like, Drew, stop. Let the window up. Because now, him and his lawyer standing outside looking at you being a mess. Now it's on film. He can use all that in the courtroom. You have to think that you have to think that they will use everything. If you just need to stay in the house, you need to stay in the house. Stay up on your side. They have 2 kids together. And then, Drew has 1 more. So she has 3 children. He has 2. Because, it was a big thing about him adopting her oldest son. He was like, no. That baby has a father. Ralph went and found that baby daddy and brought him onto the show. Ralph said, this ain't my responsibility. Now, he in my house. I'll treat him like mine. But what I'm not going to do is adopt him. And he did not do that. Ooh, Cheryl, what you talking about? Ralph is playing the victim, and Ralph is going to fool around here and get alimony. Because everything that reality TV recap and Simone talked about, that was some heavy hitting, honey. That was hard. That was hard to hear. We had some old boy moments tonight. Yeah, I would have been on here. We got 8 minutes until it is 3 hours. It's time for everybody to go to bed. I want to thank y'all for coming here tonight. I want to thank the women from Atlanta, the Dr. Wives. They were fantastic. That was really good talking with them. Make sure y'all share the live. Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all subscribe, share, and tell everybody to subscribe. Just tell everybody to subscribe. Just go watch the video. Put it on while you clean it up or whatever in the car. This was a very awesome live. You know what? But all our lives be real awesome. Right? They be really good. Thank you. Keep shining. Thank you so much. Good night. Y'all have a good night. Today is Wednesday. Y'all, I hope I ain't kept y'all from getting no bang bang tonight. It's hump day. So let me go and let y'all go get y'all hump day on. Thank you, Reality T Recap, for being in the comments, honey, and guiding us through this, because this seems like a wild ride with you and Simone. That was wild. But you did really good. You did a great job. And yeah, thank you. Thank for any content creators that were here tonight. Thank you all so much. Cut and paste Tisha. Hey, thank you, Lisa. Good night, Brown Sugar Babe. Good night, everybody. I'll see y'all later tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment, so it'll be a little late when I get started tomorrow. And this weekend is prom, and then y'all get to see my baby's dress on Saturday. Me neither, reality TV cap. And girl, holler at me and let me know when it comes out. Y'all, I'm gonna get ready to go. I don't know why I can't leave y'all. This is the craziest thing. I can never say goodbye. Never can say goodbye. No, 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 no. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.